today because I have work later. Oh, let me open Steam. I thought I already had it open. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna start off with some Grisaia today. Ooh, excuse me.
フロントウィンググリザイアの果実続きからよ。
Just like at any other school, the start of a recess period here means that someone runs off to buy drinks for the group. There is a similar system at my previous school, so the event itself is familiar. The fact that our designated gopher puts on a maid uniform for the task, on the other hand, is still gonna take some getting used to.
それではお飲み物のご注文を受けたまわります。
I would like to drink Saber Saliva.
なんかいつも
I'm
悪い
sorry.
わ
I don't
ね。
know why,
じゃ
where
あ
that came
私は
from.
冷たい緑
The
茶で。
wild side of me came out.
いえ、自分の分を買いに行くついでですから。あまねさんは冷たい緑茶ですね。かしこまり。じゃあ私はミルクティーね。
Milk tea?
はい、みちる様はミルクティーで受けたまわりました。私はレモンティーを。はい、いつもの無糖のものでかしこまりました。風見さんは何になさいますか？
It's available.
はい、大抵のものは何でも取り揃えてございます。
In that case, I'll have University. Gotta keep the two combo going.
いや、ねえからそんなお茶。ね
Hold the gum syrup.
えっつってんだろ。なあ。ユニバーシティ？あのね、さっちゃん。そうやって何でも理解しようと努力するのはあんたのいいところでもあり悪いところよ。ユージもさっちゃんは真面目なんだからさ、変な冗談で混乱させないの。私はシンクロニシティで。
Oh my god.
ほら見なさい、頭の悪い子が真似してるじゃないのよ。
True, my bad. When you offer me anything, I think it's only natural to want to explore the limits. Oh my god. Okay, then I'll go with water. Make mine non-carbonated.
炭酸抜きですか？要は普通のミネラルウォーターでしょ。あ、はい、それならわかります。
Let me go turn my air
マ
off
キちゃ
really
んは？
quick.
じゃあ私は牛乳を炭酸抜きで。いや、最初から入ってねえし。つか、なんでちょっとかっこよく言おうとした今。お兄ちゃんの真似。問題ない。モノマネは微妙だし、言ってることがむちゃくちゃだし、どこから突っ込むべき？
Why the glare in my direction?
あんたのせいでしょが。つまり普通の牛乳でいいのかな？はい、一番うまいの買ってきて。うん、わかった。それじゃあ一番美味しいの買ってくるね。
Those words, so she picks up hem of her skirt and bows to us and quietly leaves the classroom.
まったくもう、最近のマキナってば何でもユージの真似したがるのよね。まあこの子は昔から人の影響を受けやすいからね。ぶっちゃけ口が悪いのだってあまねからの転戦だし。私別に口悪くないもん。ただ思ったことは口にする。不満をためだからそれが悪影響を生んでいると言っているのではなくて、まあそれほど悪いことだとは思わないけれど。
One sec, guys. My cat's going crazy.
まあね、ここに来た
Hello
当時の
and
ことを
Lark,
思え
it's
ば
date time for
確かに今
Golden.
の方がまだ
Oh, I
マ
hope
シ
you have a great day.
なのかしらね。
What, was the girl even worse when she raped you?
そんなことはないのよ。ただ、なんつうか、昔はもっとおとなしかったっていうか、それこそ借りてきた猫みたいに誰にも懐かなかったし、誰とも喋らないでずっと一人でお人形遊びしてるような子だったのよ。もう昔の話はもうええがな。
And there's a thing or two in the past I don't want others to know about. If you're attending a school like this, merely touching on the subject is probably enough to make some old wounds ache. Seems to be an established principle of mutual restraint when it comes to these sore spots. Our conversation shifts fairly smoothly away from the details. 結局何が言いたいかっていうと、昔の触れたら壊れそうなマキナに比べれば、今自分じゃあんまり変わってないつもりなんだけどな。そう？最近はお豆腐も食べるようになったじゃない。豆腐？ほら、この子ってばひどい偏食家でしょ。気に入ったものしか食べないっていうか、果物とパンしか食べないような子だったのに、最近は何でも食べるようになったじゃない。だってお兄ちゃんが。 Having favorite foods is fine, but don't reject something you haven't tried. At least eat some before you decide to hate it.
って言うんだもの。
Experience is the most useful possible form of knowledge. A precious privilege reserved for those who manage to stay alive. Sometimes the most instructive and memorable lessons of all come from the deaths of your comrades. But I wasn't trained to preach to Machina or make a complicated argument about her values. Oh wait, one sec. I didn't realize my model was up like that. I had a feeling it was, so I wanted to double check. Sorry about that, guys. I just want to get across that ignorance isn't something you should cling to proudly. You're only embarrassing yourself when you insist that you hate some food you've never eaten.
食わず嫌いがなくなるのは正直ありがたいけど、どうにもおかしなところまでユージに似ていくのはどうなんだろう。だから言葉遣いだってば、なんか最近のマキナ少し言葉遣いが横柄っていうか、やけに尊大なのよね。誰に似たのかしら。
Blaming me?
だって他にいないもの。
Hey Machina, seems like you've been coming off a little arrogant lately. Better watch your step, got it?
心得た。いや、だからそれがダメだっつってんじゃん。なんだとこの野郎。
この野郎。
なんで喧嘩腰よ。
まあ、この子が他人の影響を受けやすいのは今に始まったことではないし、ポジティブな面を考慮すれば何でもかんでも押さえつけるのは良くないと思うけど。
たまにいいこと言うのよさ。やっぱ押し付けられる息苦しさを知ってる女は言うことが違うのよさ。さすが。
誰がよしこよ。私はユミコ。勝手に「ゆ」を省略した上に読み方を変えないで。
そんなに怒ること？なんとかこういいところだけ真似させるってできないのかしらね。
I think the problem is with the sample she's working off, to be honest.
あんたがそれを言う？今の私がこうして元気でいるのもあまねえからは無駄な明るさを学んで、ユミちゃんからは本を楽しむことを通じて学ぶってことを教わ、サッチンからは努力とか簡単に諦めない心ってのを学んだし、お兄ちゃんからは生きるための強さ？なんか今んとこ学ぶところのないのはチルチルぐらいなのよ。おっと、それどういうことかな。学びなさいよ、私からも。ツンデレとか何のために？っていうか何のとこが？素でポカンとしながら私の生き様全否定するのやめてもらえる？大丈夫、ちゃんとチルチルからも学んでるのよ、反面教師として。何よそれ。やっぱあんた私のことバカにしてんでしょ。でも好き。はあ？チルチルのこと大好きだよ。だから大丈夫。そうなんかよくわかんないけど、そうなの？どう？散々バカにしておいて最後に好きって言って全部チャラにすんの。 やっぱムカつく。でも好きなのは嘘じゃないのよ。チルチル一緒にいると面白いし、バカだけど。サイでした。それよくぜんした。どうもありがとね。もうバカって言うな。バカって言う子がバカなんだからね。
Whoops, break's already over.
あれ、さっちゃん遅いわね。何かトラブルでもあったのかしら。
電話してみればいいのではなくて。
うん。もしもし、さっちゃん、今どこにいるの？駅のホーム？何してんの？そんなとこで。はあ？北海道？なんで？ちょっといいから、絞りたてとかそこまでしないでいいから。
What's this? What happened?
なんかさっちゃん、一番美味しい牛乳を手に入れるとか言って北海道まで行って自分で牛乳絞ってくるって。
That woman's devotion knows no limits.
とにかく今すぐ戻ってきて。は？飛行機のチケット？そんなの空席待ちとかしないでいいから、北海道まで行かなくてもスーパーに行けば北海道って書いてある牛乳売ってるから、それ買って帰ってきてね。
Okay, I think I might have been right about this one. Akina's personality getting warped might have been inevitable, considering the references she's working from here. Well, not to say that I'm an exception. I had assumed the job of principal mainly involving counting your school's money than begging for more. That and signing off paperwork you haven't really read. Judging from the way Chizuru has free time to call me and chat for no particular reason, even going so far as to make tea for herself, my guess may not have been far off the mark. But, well, even if it's the truth of the matter, pointing it out would no doubt hurt the woman's self-esteem. Oh my gosh. Good man knows when to keep his trap shut, as my master put it. True that.
それでどうかしら？もう学園には慣れた？
Not in the least.
何か不便でも？足りないものがあるのなら申請してくれれば。
That's what I meant. I don't know. It sort of feels like I'm playing a student for some undercover operation. Can't quite settle down.
そう？旗で見ている分には楽しそうにしているように見えるけど。
Well, I won't deny that, but sometimes I'll catch a glimpse of myself smiling in a painted glass and just flinch. It's like I'm looking at someone else. It feels awkward. I just want to ask that guy, what's so funny, asshole? Who do you think you are? And before I know it, the smile's fallen right off my face.
そういうもの？
Right, here's a simple analogy. You know when you're having sex in a hotel and just go look at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, what are you, a monkey? The whole thing seems ridiculous, right? Same deal.
余計に分かりにくいわよ。
Really? Okay, let's try this one. The guy and you told me a story about the time his parents caught him screwing a pillow in the middle of the night. In that moment, cursing his own idiocy, he longed for the release of death. I think that sense of shame might be somewhat similar.
そのお友達の話、まだ続くの？
What the hell is going on? Not really. How did you get on this topic anyway?
話を元に戻しても？
Feel free.
あなたの事情はそれなりに理解しているつもりだけれど、私からはそのうちになれるわよとしか。今この学園にいるあの子たちだって学園に来た当初は皆あなたと同じようなことを言っていたわ。
They've all got their own circumstances, huh? Figured as much.
あなたがそうであるように、この学園にいる子たちも様々な事情があってこの学園に来たのよ。そもそもこの学園が設立された理由もその辺の事情が少なからず関係しているわ。この学園に学生が6人しかいないのも、まずはテストケースとしての運用という側面があるからなの。
But the nature of these circumstances isn't made clear to any of the other students, or so it would seem.
学生どころか講師にすらその辺の詳細な事情は伝わっていません。部活に手を出すこともできないようなデリケートな事情を抱えた子もいれば、ことが公になれば日常生活に大きな支障をきたす子もいます。例えばあなたのようにね。学園の方針としては学生の自助努力というか、問題を抱えた学生を集めることによって学生同士で心のケアを行い、自然治癒力を高めるというか。
In other words, you throw a bunch of losers together and hope they'll lick each other's wounds.
そういう言い方は語弊があります。
あくまでも上からの押さえつけではなく、学生同士のつながりに重点を置いた教育を目指しているのであって。
Sounds pretty when you put it that way, but basically you gathered a bunch of rich kids who couldn't handle regular school, raked in a ton of donations for people with guilty conscience about how their children turned out, made up an excuse about healing in their own time when no one improved, no matter how much money you threw at the problem.
まあ、なんて人聞きの悪い。確かに榊さんやイリスさんの家からは少なからぬ助成を受けていますが、あくまで今は学生の絶対数が不足しているがゆえに、確固の負担が大きく割高感が強いというだけで、それに民間資本である以上、ある程度の資金運用は。
No, my bad, let's just stop talking about money. Whether I'm right or not, this is going to lead to a lot of outraged self-defense. Whether the money's, and wherever the money's coming from, is covering my free tuition, so I hardly have the right to criticize.
どこまで話したかしら。
Why'd you call me here in the first place?
別に何か特別な理由があって呼び出したわ。ただ単純にこの学園での生活に何か不都合があれば聞いておこうって、ただそれだけの話なの。
Like I said, there's no real problems, just can't get used to this yet.
でもお友達はできたでしょ。うまくやっていけそう。
Some more than others. You know, I'm not the most sociable human being, and thanks to my master's influence, I've got a bit of a sarcastic streak. It does lead to some misunderstandings. I guess you could say I brought it to some minor communication problems.
警備かしら。私にはかなり歪んでいるように見えるのだけれど。
What do you expect in a school that was founded to collect warped people and fix them? Or maybe to sweep them under the rug? Whichever. Beating the flaws out of a warped sheet of iron, gathering the failed works, and stuffing them in some dark closet. This place is more like a metal shop than a school.
どうしてあなたと話しているといつもこうなってしまうのかしら。
Didn't I just tell you? I have some issues with communication. I can't with him. I guess you might have been hoping that adding a truly twisted individual like myself would offset the others' warping and get them back on track, but apparently it hasn't worked out too well.
あなたがどう思うと勝手だけれど、私はそういった目論みがあってあなたをこの学園に招き入れたわけではないわ。それだけは疑わないでほしいのだけれど。
Gratitude towards the person who saved your life, is it?
そういうこと。
It was a coincidence that I was the one who saved you, and I was acting on orders.
でもあなたでなければああはうまくいかなかったと説明されたわよ。あなたがいなければ私は今ここでこうしてのんきにお茶を飲んでいることもなかった。違う？
That's not just something you arbitrarily convince yourself of. I'm not trying to be myself. Hey Anya, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I didn't save you for any special reason.
勝手で結構。私はね、人に借りを作ったままというのが嫌いなの。それとも何か別のお礼が良かったかしら？
It's good to see you, Anya. No, you've done more than enough.
確かにあなたの思っていた普通の学園とは少し違うかもしれないし、それでも私にはこれが精一杯なの。
No
ごめんな
problem.
さい。
Not that I buy every word coming out of the principal's mouth, but when you get down to it, a place like this is probably just right for someone with circumstances like mine. Tossing the likes of me into a run-of-the-mill school wasn't a great idea to begin with. Pushing my way into a crowd of people with completely different values probably would have made for a tense and irritating experience. Not doing well, just rewatch Anohana and it still made me cry. Oh my god, that... Yeah, that anime is so sad. I totally understand. Well, I'll give you a big hug, Anya. Big huggy. It's so sad.
そうね。
Alright, then are we done
何か
here?
不満があったらいつでも言って。すべてに対処するとは言えないけれど、善処はします。
Got it.
ああ、そうそう。ついでに聞いておきたいのだけれど、
What is it?
あなたから見た他の子たちってどんな感じかしら？
You look like you came from Area 51? Okay. Like my model? My model's supposed to be like a Yakuza girl.
別に難しい話ではなくて、なんていうのかしら。
Your model's fine, right?
あなたから見たあ
Oh,
の子
thank you,
たちの
Anya.
所見。
Yeah, I like my model.
例えば
I
あな
think
たから
Gemma
見た
did a
榊さん
amazing
は
job.
どんな子に見
I
える
think
のか
maybe
しら。
this person's just a troll. Sakaki, huh? You weren't here, but the other day, Anya, I got a bunch of people coming in and saying they were like harassing people. Everyone was asking about something I couldn't talk about. It was crazy, but it was only for one day. They like kept making new accounts to say stuff. It was crazy. I haven't known her for that long, and honestly, I can't say a particularly firm read on her. To be perfectly frank, this is the woman who started slashing at me with a box cutter out of nowhere. I can't say that I'm eager to get deeply involved with her. Alright, these are just my impressions. If you put it nicely, she's a rational type that doesn't waste her time. Put it harshly, she's just apathetic. Unless it's blocking her way, the girl's not gonna bother picking something up that falls down. That's just how she comes off, at least. That applies to relationships with others as well. She seems to avoid getting involved with someone unless she absolutely has to. She responds when you talk to her, but rarely joins the conversation otherwise. I guess you could interpret her quietness as an attempt to avoid hostility or attempts at intimacy from others, but I think partly she doesn't understand how to build relationships with mutual trust. If someone else tries to bridge the gap, she'll take it as an intrusion of her territory and violently reject them. I think those are the major points. What are you, a fucking therapist, Yuji? It's past midnight, can't stay here any longer. Bye, Bun, have fun with the stream. Well, bye, Anya, thanks for being here. I hope you have a nice sleep. Well, I haven't gotten that far.
なるほど。じゃあ松島さんは？
Michiru, huh? The girl's off her rocker. The other day I saw her wandering down the hallways moaning with cling wrap rolled around her head. What kind of ritual is that supposed to be?
きっとブリーチをしていたんじゃないかしら。彼女月に一度ぐらいのペースで髪を脱色しているみたいなのだけれど、その脱色に使う薬品が相当に痛いらしいのよね。
I see. The time I hidden myself didn't someone already explain this to us? And observed Michiru's freakish ceremony from afar, but it seems she wasn't wrapping foil on her head to protect from the occult mind control rays after all. Hold on, let me turn my air back on. It got hot all of a sudden. Oh, sorry about that. So is that hair color allowed by the school regulations?
まあ対面的には若干の問題はあるけれど、うちは私学だし、彼女の髪が著しく風紀を乱しているというわけでもないしね。
True enough, it seems like she has her reasons for going with that hair color too. Guess there's no need to force her to stop.
どういう意味？
How about what?
松島さんの髪の色の理由、何か聞いたの？何それ？ツンデレ？
Okay, to sum the girl up, she's just being a generally incompetent human being. Though you might get distracted by that flashy blonde hair at first, it's not representative of who she really is. That coloration is actually just a warning signal. By going out of her way to be highly visible, she's announcing to everyone who sees her that I'm poisonous, but in the end, it's nothing more than an empty threat. In other words, Michiru is so weak that she feels the need to project hollow menace and self-defense. Jesus. This girl wouldn't last a minute on her own, just to form symbiotic relationships to survive, but she's also counterproductively cautious around others, has a hard time trusting their charity or affection. In that sense, such is a unique presence in Michiru's life. It asks me, Michiru, to be trying to figure out just how selfish can I be before Sachi rejects me by slowly pushing at the limits of her kindness. What? For the record, these are just my opinions based on what I've seen in Michiru, so I might be completely off base.
意外と深いところまで見ているものだから、ちょっと驚いただけ。
People do call me perceptive sometimes. When you grow up nervously watching the expression on other people's faces, you naturally pick up a habit of observing others.
そういえば、あなたは確かお姉さんがいたのよね。
She speaks. The principal takes the binder stuffed with documents from her desk and begins flipping through the
上に
contents.
兄弟がいる子って、上の子を見ながら育つから、 優れた観察眼が身につくっていうものね。
Well, that's not the only reason in my case.
それで他の子は？そう。例えば小峰さんとかはどう思う？
Sachi, on the surface she's just insanely serious about everything, kind of an awkward girl. And she's got the idea that diligent obedience is her only redeeming feature. Guess you could classify her as a tortoise rather than a hare. But it seems she's decided that for herself, just like she's given up on developing her talents any further. Basically, she's the type who thinks about resolving a huge problem over the course of 10 years of hard work. She seems incapable of even considering a search for easier methods, let alone turning to others for help. If you told her build a castle here, she'd start stacking up stones by herself. She's serious, honest, and follows any instruction she's given obediently, to the point where she often seems more like a robot than a human being. The girl is faithful to her orders, but she doesn't think about efficiency when carrying them out. It's almost like she's punishing herself. If someone doesn't teach the girl to let off some steam... What?
確かにそうね。
She's gonna explode someday.
あの子、何を頼んでもいいですよ、わかりましたっていうもんだから、私もつい仕事頼んじゃったり、雑用を任せちゃったりするし、気をつけないとダメね。
I had to fall into the mistake of thinking I've created an appropriate setting so I could just leave the students to take care of themselves.
痛いところをついてくるわね。私だって今のままでいいとは思っていないのよ。だからこうして定期的に個人面談という形であなたたちの意見を聞いているのだし。
So you've had this sort of discussion with the others as well?
ねえ、そう。折を見ては面談をしたり、話すのが苦手な子には日誌を提出してもらったりしているの。
Diaries?
日誌というか、あれは絵日記に近いかしらね。
Machina, is it?
ご明察。あの子の言葉は少し理解するのが難しいし、話をしている最中に何を話そうとしていたのか忘れてしまうようなことが多いから、思い立ったことを紙に記録したものを提出してもらっているの。あの子結構絵が上手だから面白いわよ。
I see, yeah, in Machina's case, I think a diary would probably be more coherent.
あなたイリスさんと随分仲良くなったみたいね。とても珍しいことよ。
Amani told me the same thing.
イリスさんはね、そうは見えないかもしれないけれど、日常生活に支障が出るほどの人見知りなのに、あなたどうやって彼女と仲良くなったの？
Piece of cake, just taught her a few grown-up games. Now she comes to my room every night. It's a joke, don't give me that look.
本当に冗談なんでしょうね。
If you ask me, Machina's kind of the exact opposite of me too. She plays up her own weakness to take advantage of the protection of others, like her bizarre speech patterns and quirky habits. The aggressive way she cuddles up to people, all that. I think something she does by instinct to invite compassion from the strong. Sort of trick works on many men, but it's not going to make her popular with her own sex. Wouldn't be surprised if she's been bullied as a result. The reason Machina's taken to Amani so much is probably because of Amani's unusually strong protective instinct, but I think Amani's large body and the oddly masculine parts of her personality are also a factor. If you want Machina to like you, communicate that you don't intend her any harm, and demonstrate that you're strong. She'll settle up to you herself.
なんだか随分と歪んでいるというか、打算的な関係なのね。
I don't know about that. It's the fact that I don't dislike her. She herself understands perfectly well that I've seen through her. The fact is, Machina is much smarter than she leads on.
そんな関係でいいとあなたは思っているの？
Not what I'm saying. For one thing, it's not like I can always be around to protect her. If you're completely convinced that someone's going to keep you safe at all times, turn into the sort of person who can't do anything in a real emergency. Amane is enough if she wants someone to spoil and protect her. Trying to convey the value of independence and self-defense.
それはイリスさんのことを言っているのよね。それともこの国の未来について？
An interesting interpretation.
冗談よ。それじゃあ最後にスオさんについて。
Amane, huh? To be honest, she's the biggest mystery to me. Her painfully cheery personality and burning need to help others are one thing, but I have no idea why she clings to me so persistently.
スオさん本人が言うには、 一目惚れらしいじゃない？
But I don't understand. Seeing me walk by and your first thought is going to be that's a suspicious character. She's saying she fell in love with me at first sight. She might be the most strange one of all of them. I don't have an answer, so let me ask you instead. What kind of woman is she?
どういうと言われても見たままよ。明るくて元気で一番年上だからしっかりしてるし。ちょっと待ってね。
Principal says go take the document she's holding.
彼女前にいた学校を1年間休学しているから事実上はあなたの2個上ね。
You know, you should give away a woman's age like that. Pretty cruel.
いいじゃない。まだ若いんだし気にすることないわよ。
In that case, how many years older than me are you Chizuru? What's the matter? You inexplicably broke into a sweat.
あの子がこの学園に来たのは榊さんに続いて2番ように彼女の引っ越しの荷物が届いたなんていうの？ほらアメリカの暴走族が乗っているようなオートバイに乗って本人が学園に来たのよ。もうねとんでもない子が来ちゃったってびっくりしたんだけど、まあ話してみれば普通の子だったわね。とってもいい子よ。
Alright, I get the picture. Guess I'll give up on the age
と
thing.
にかくみんないい子たちばかりだからこれからも仲良くしてあげて。
Can't make any guarantees, but I will put in the effort. Are we done here?
ええ、もう退出してもらって結構よ。何か相談があればいつでも来て。
Alright, I'll be going. Can't quite get used to my life at the school. Being perfectly honest, when I told Chizuru that my own smile feels awkward to me. A normal student life in a normal school. It's hard for me to believe how readily I'm accepting these small fragments of happiness. Or maybe right, maybe it's hard for me to forgive. I think I'm really feeling awkward when I see that smile. I'm feeling guilt. It feels like a foul gas gathering in my body. Like my blood's turning black and viscous in my veins. A stifling sensation as if my lungs are slowly filling with cold poison. Look, do you really think this is what you should be doing right now? Vague, impatient questions dominate my mind. I feel a pressing need to do something, anything, but no concrete course of action presents itself. Principal tells me that I'll get used to this soon, but what good would that do even if I could? No matter how I change, none of the things I've lost are ever coming back. Well then. In the field, interpersonal relationships resemble the interlocking pieces in a puzzle. In order to form a coherent, larger picture, the players fix every piece into its place. Move according to their instructions, take the position they designate for me, and carry out the tasks they assign me. In many cases, the players prepare a number of spare pieces as assurance against the unexpected. The pieces in question realize they're expendable and are prepared for the possibility they may be used as sacrifices. I always hated watching as people were sent to their deaths, but I also understood the rules of the game we were playing. Pawns aren't allowed to move on their own selfish impulses. The first priority is always to win. Probably because I spent so long in a sort of world, but friendship has become mostly theoretical concept for me. The word rings a little hollow in my ears. Not to say I'm skeptical of its existence, but to me it seems almost like something of a magic show. Show me people swearing, we'll be friends forever, and I see some TV psychic biting a spoon. Makes me want to pull back the curtain they've set up around their feelings. Oh, I don't know why I'm out of breath for some reason. And see what's really going on in there, how the trick really works. I'm feeling tired, maybe that's why. As usual, Mitsu's gulping down that bitter soft drink to maintain her vitamin C intake. If she's that determined to keep up this absurd daily dose, wouldn't taking supplements be more efficient? There are pills that contain daily supplies of a wide range of vitamins. You deal to get everything you need from your meals, but wouldn't that involve eating buckets of vegetables daily, which isn't easy to keep up? It's not a great idea to become completely dependent on pills for your nutrients, but I don't think there's any problem with using them to complement your diet. Okay. Incidentally, me too.
あんたいつからいたのよ。もしかしてザ・ストーカー？
Why don't you just take supplements?
何のこと？
If you want to keep up regular vitamin C intake but don't like sour things, wouldn't it be easier to just take a multivitamin tablet? Okay, cut the maggot. I'm asking you a question. Why do you torture yourself by drinking this if there's an alternative?
風見くん、あんたってば頭良さそうなくせに意外と抜けてるとこあんのね。ばっかじゃん。あ、ごめん。いや、チコほん。そんなの簡単でしょ。液体の方が体に吸収されやすいからに決まってるわよ。水とお菓子、乾いた砂の上に落とした場合、どっちが早く吸収される？ほらほら答えての。そうでしょ。つまりこの私の乾いた体には液体の方が効率よく吸収されるってわけ。勉強になった？私は砂じゃないわよ。砂なわけないでしょ。でも喉が渇いたとか表現するでしょうが。だから乾いてんのよ。カピカピ。誰がカピカピよ。服についてお米か。誰がお米だ。誰がお米の神様だ。
Get the feeling you end up in an infinite loop if I let you keep going there.
ちょっと頭の良いとこ見せちゃったかしらね。そうよ。みちるの言う通り、お米にはね、神様がいるのよ。だから一粒一粒大事に食べないといけないのよ。いやいや、別にそういう話をしてるわけじゃ。ところでね、みちるが酸っぱいものを求めてるということで、こんなものを用意しました。じゃじゃーん。
Money takes an airtight plastic bag filled with powder. Although I didn't have him as a drug trafficker, this is pretty suspicious any way you look at it. What's that,
そん
heroin?
なわけないでしょ。この粉は何かというと、実はビタミン A。 これはビタミン C は言うに及ばず、世界中の酸っぱいものを集め、さあ酸っぱいうちに召し上がれ。酸っぱいものが好きなわけじゃないんだけどな。
Still, you got this chance to challenge the sourest to sour drop in your lap. Might as well give it a shot.
やだ、絶対やだ。
If you do it, alright, you don't have to try it. I'll have to go instead. Sour things tend to be good for you after all. Looks up on the tea says the result of something going rotten. Amanda, you didn't get the kind of spoiled meat to make this, right?
もちろんよ。でも
I'll try it.
なんじゃの？あ、ちょっと待って、それは。
Sit tight and watch Amanda. You understand me, Shu? If you're not gonna take this, I will. Here goes.
あんた、それ私に貸しなさいよ。
She released snatches the plastic bag out of my hands and pulls off the twist tie that was sealing it shut.
あんたになんてあげないんだからね。これは私の
Trying too hard to play the thunder, and you'll end up as nothing more than a predictable contrarian. Michiru pours the stuff from the bag in her mouth, gulping it all down with those anti-acid powder.
ちょっと全部飲むことないでしょ。とか歯切れいらないよね。まさきでそれを言いなさいよね。白が逃げサバなんでもいいから飲み物。
It's not that I dislike Michiru, but she's definitely my least favorite. Here you go. I passed Michiru the 100% vitamin C drink she'd been working on years.
ありがとう。ゴビすっぺー。何よこれ。私のジュースじゃない。確かにそう言ったけど、わかるでしょ。どうしてそんなとこだけ急に気が利かないのよ。バカじゃないの。なんでもいいから他に飲み物を。じゃあこっちを。ありがとう。ごめん。私特製のビタミン A100% ドリンク。そんなのあるの？ねえ、だったら最初からそれでよくない？なぜまず粉をペロリさせたの？粉は見せるだけで水に溶かして薄めたこっちを飲ませようとしたのよ。だったら先に言ってよね。ユージが粉を飲もうとした時にちょっと待ってって私言ったよね。ああ、確かに言ってましたよね。でもね、伝達の順番をね、よく考えていこうよ、みんなで。これからごめんね。そんなに酸っぱかった？うん、酸っぱかった。何度も言いますけどね、酸っぱいものが好きなわけじゃないんですよ。ビタミンを摂取したいだけなんですよ。
So See, I have no idea why you're so stubborn about not using supplements, but that's your way of doing things, so I'll keep my opinions to myself.
はあ、舌のピリピリだいぶ落ち着いてきた。ところでユージ、私は酸っぱいものも平気で飲んじゃう最強のツンデレなんだけど、酸っぱいものに食べ合わせとかってあると思う？
Food to avoid? Are you talking about that superstition where certain combinations of dishes supposedly cause some terrible side effects? Mostly just a bunch of old wives'
ど
tales.
うなの？私はもう食べ合わせなんて気にしてないけどね。グレープフルーツだってもちゃもちゃ食べちゃうし。
Sour stuff. I guess they clash with salty things, so bad combos would probably be stuff like eel or pickled plums. Supposedly you get pretty severe indigestion.
よっぽど多く食べなきゃ平気じゃないの？ものによっては含有されてる栄養素を打ち消しちゃうこともあるみたいだから、避けた方が無難っちゃ無難だけど。
Learning from the wisdom of the ancients is all well and good, but I wouldn't get too hung up on myths like that. Even that famous legend about dairy and fruit and alcohol causing some fatal reaction turned out to be a load of crap. Why are you asking me in the first place when you start cooking?
そういうわけじゃないけど。なんでもないわよ。私は食べ合う。
お電波ガール？
くらなんじゃくら。
やっぱりチルチルは電波を受信したり宇宙と交信したりしてるのよさ。
This is such an ugly face.
そんなことしてるか。
And she goes back to that.
食べ合わせそんなに気になる？健康面を気にしてのこと？気にならない。気にしてたから聞いたんじゃないの？あにゃ、違う。そうじゃないの。
What's wrong? Your Cinderella is starting to fade.
消えてないわよ。そういうのはね、いちいち指摘しなくても平気よ。で、何を言わせるのよ。私はこれが素なんだからね。
皆様お揃いで薬物パーティーですか？それはもう終わったわよ。いや、その言い方は語弊が。パーティーなんかじゃないわよ。もしそうならユミコもいるはずでしょう。私は仲間外れが嫌いなのよ。それもそうですね。となると榊さんはまたお一人で読書でしょうか？
榊さんってちょっと距離を感じるわよね。そうかしら。私はもうハローユミコ、今日も元気にしてる？でもあんたの健康なんて気にしてないんだからねってな具合でバッチリ挨拶。
みちる様の社交性には頭が下がります。まるで壊れたダンプカーのように相手の懐に飛び込んでいきますよね。
Condone dump truck. I expect she got carried away with fairly regularly, probably resulting in a lot of nasty glares from Sakaki.
確かにそういうこともないわけじゃないわね。
So who does Sakaki spend the most time with then?
そう言われると難しいな。私は
そうなのよさ。いつもあまねえに上から下までやってもらってんの。
私はサチに用事を頼むことが多いかしらね。
そうですね。休憩しようかなと。でも働いている時は充実感が。
そうでしょう。サチは私のメイドだもの。
でも同い年のマキちゃんと一緒にいることも多いです。
Maki is a popular one.
マキな人気
Oh
者。
my god.
チルチルは人気ないね。まあ性格めんどくさいし。
何よその言い方。失礼しちゃうわね。ププ。
みちる様、冷静になった上でその
Oh my
現実を
god.
受け入れてください。
サチ。
チルチルはお友達がいないからちゃんと作った方がいいな。
私のことをどう思って接してるの？
そこまでじゃないけど、まあそういう感じ。
Not to worry, Mishu. If anything friends inside your head, then let me reject you.
何それ？どういうこと？
Her reaction when I attempted a joke was quite what I expected. She's staring wide-eyed at me, waiting on tender hooks for more details. Take a deep breath and politely begin to explain. Well, the most common term would be imaginary friends. Fictional companion lives slowly in your imagination. Pretty typical in childhood. Some people only make one, some people dream of a whole cast of characters, although they'll usually drop the idea as they grow up. I've heard some people keep their imaginary friends around even to
イ
adulthood.
マジナリーフレンドか。
Although Michiru listened carefully to my every word, it doesn't seem to have been what she was looking for. Her shoulders sagged into the
そっ
point.
か。 それって子
I guess
供
some
の
people
妄想
have
み
long
たいなもの
conversations
なの
with their
ね。
girls versus females instead.
みちるは空想とか好きそうだもんね。そんなことないわよ。私はいつだって現実を見据えて生きているのよ。ビシッ。
Oh, is that a fact? So what's reality the way you see it?
私にとっての現実？急に難しいこと言うのね。ちょっと待ちなさいよ。
She folds her arms and closes her eyes. After a long moment of thought, she stands up straight and delivers her answer.
私にとっての現実。私が今ここにいることよ。
During her dramatic delivery, Michi must have felt that was a really impressive line. However, her audience was less than responsive. There's a moment of awkward silence.
そりゃそうなのよさ。ここにいなかったら現実じゃないのよ。そうね。みちるには難しい質問だったかもしれないわね。みちる様、わからないときはわからないと言ってくださいね。そうすればちゃんと頭数から外していただけるはずです。
Oh my god!
みちる様は
Holy shit!
頭数にない。ちょっとなんでみんなして人のことちょっとかわいそうな子。今の答え完璧じゃない。むしろ哲学的でさえあるじゃ
Can
な
you
い。
define metaphysical?
当たり前よ。教えなさい。開き直るスピードがより速くなった。
You've disappointed me. I'm making a note to not expect anything from you in the future. Not that I have been previously, but I clearly need to lower my forecast even further. This one forward, I'll be formally hailing you as an authentic, officially certified idiot.
もうそうやってまた私のことバカにする。バカじゃないんだからね。そういうの禁止。ドンストップ。ひとまずミスドンストップは置いとくのよさ。放置プレートはマキナも成長したものね。プレーじゃないのよ。本気で放置よ。ドンストップ。ほんでは話を変えてユージ、君のお友達ってあんまり想像できないけど子供の頃とか
As a
はどうだった
kid,
の？
my friends, The words bring to mind a young girl I met under some very unusual circumstances. Our relationship was basically about helping each other stay alive. I guess you could have called it a sort of friendship. Then again, after a while, she disappeared from that place, and I was left to fend for myself again. Tricky question. I'm not the most socially gifted person around.
そう？多少気難しいとこもあるけどちゃんとしてるじゃない。これからどんな友達が欲しいとかないの？
I'm drawing a blank on the concept of friends, so I decided to mentally substitute the term buddies. I think I can provide more concrete answers with the teammates I've met on the field. Well, I'll pass on anyone who holds me back. The useless ones don't have any right to complain if they end up getting shot in the back.
後ろから撃たれるってどんな状況下での友達を想定してるのよ。
Shoot an ally. You should try to learn who you can count on and watch your back, and who you can't expect anything from, and how to deal with it later.
頭数には入れピク。
Anyway, I like people who are easy to work with. I guess that's really the only thing I'm looking for, to be honest. As long as they don't get in my way, I'm not going to complain.
現実的なのね。友達っていうよりは仕事仲間みた
Sometimes I
い。
think tools make better partners than human beings. They have a clear purpose, you know, makes them a lot simpler to deal with.
ユージ、人を道具扱いするのは
Didn't
良
mean
く
to
ないと
imply
思
that.
う
I'm
よ。
just saying that tools tend to be reliable. Once you've got a piece of machinery enough, it actually becomes part of you. I want you to use a piece of machinery enough. Simple extension of your body that does what you need. The more affection you give a tool, the more smoothly it operates. Tool won't betray you, not often at least.
何の話だかわからなくなってきたのよさ。
Sorry, I got a bit off track there. To put more simply, I don't think I've ever really had something you call best friend.
そうなのよね。友達と親友ってまた違うからそうなると難しいわよね。私はあんまりそういうのは考えたことないのよさ。そうですね。私は皆様のお役に立ちたい一心ですし。
We've been discussing friendship for a while now, not that the concept had gotten any clearer for me, but at this point I realized that one person had stopped participating in the conversation. Certain bottle blonde slowly was taking her distance from the group of a friendly chat, her face growing increasingly gloomy. Usual energies vanished, wonder if something's wrong. See beads of sweat forming on her forehead, maybe her stomach's upset? She demonstrated just 2 minutes ago the girls at the surface tool in the shed. As she's an idiot, it wouldn't be surprising if she ate food off the ground and found herself in intestinal distress. Yes, I can easily imagine the girl stuffing her cheeks with unidentified berries she found on some bush. Take a good look. Careful. Oh, I take a good, careful look at Michiru. Indeed. This is the face of someone who's gone scavenging in trash cans when she's gotten a little hungry. My mistake, she probably doesn't have to be hungry first. I can just picture her plucking some tasty-looking color from mushroom off the ground, chowing down without a second thought. Yes, they're such a handful.
あんた何見てんのよ。
Perhaps she wandered down to the beach, spotted a crowd, she stood while drooling, then found herself under attack from a jealous macaque? I don't know. Macaque? I have no idea how you say that word. Coveting the same prize. Honestly, does this one have no sense whatsoever when it comes to her hunting and gathering? Just entering a wild monkey's territory is dangerous. What kind of fool goes so far as to try to steal their prey? Oh my god. No one cares! Why are we talking about this? Come to think of it, crab eating, whatever. Don't even live in Japan. This girl wandered all the way to Southeast Asia in search of something tasty to stick in her craw. This is just too much. I have to say something.
ねえ、何？ちょっと怖いんですけど。ねえ、ユ
Once I
ージ
drove
って
off
ば。
off the sofa and dropped my hands on Michiru's shoulders. Everyone flinches in surprise, but I pay no mind to their stares. I keep my gaze firmly focused on Michiru as they speak. It's amoebic dysentery. I'm sure of it.
え？
Don't worry, I have some experience with this. You're bitten by a crab eating whatever, right?
カニク入り猿。
Trying to learn this from this experience. Stop scavenging for food for the time being. Don't get me wrong, I'm not criticizing you for the thought. After all, preparing food from your environment is the most crucial and fundamental survival skills. I'm very proud of you for trying, okay?
おへ。
That said, your particular actions in this case were mistaken. You acted rashly out of ignorance, but there's nothing to be ashamed of. I'll make sure this doesn't happen again. And I sharply turned to face the rest of the group and raised my voice to a harsh shout. Let me just warn the rest of you right now. You don't have any right to look down on Michiru just because she's caught amoebic dysentery. This could have happened to any one of you. We're gonna learn from this mistake. You're all gonna know what plants are edible, which are poisonous, and how to avoid savage monkeys. I don't want you crying for the help when the Japanese islands are covered in jungle. Alright then, first things first, I'll be accompanying Michiru for the moment. Come on, we're going to the bathroom. I need to get a look to confirm my diagnosis.
待ちなさいよ。何を見る気なのよ。ゴイゴイとか果肉とか
You're
猿とか意
scavenging
味
for
わかん
food,
ないん
right?
です
Hence
けど。
the infection.
違います勝手に決めつけないでよね。
No, what's with the sweating? Your face is pretty pasty and you've got nasty beads of perspiration on your forehead. You sure don't look healthy to me.
それ
Well,
は
they want you to meet your roommate's concern under this conversation.
急にジャングルとかカニとかミチルがどうかしたの？
On the least, she's suffering from brutal diarrhea.
違うって言ってるでしょ。でもそういえばさっきから少し苦しそう。大丈夫？大丈夫よ。なんてことないんだから
We
ね。
don't have dysentery. We need to properly identify the problem. Whatever infectious disease you've caught, we need to take the appropriate countermeasures. Understood?
だからチルチルお腹痛いの？ミチル様、保健室まで私がご一緒させていただきます。
No, it's serious, Sachi. There's a possibility she's still infectious. I probably have more experience dealing with this sort of thing than you.
はい、それではよろしくお願いします。
I'm gonna pause here.
セーブするわ。
Hello guys, I'm live again. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna play. Oops. Sorry, I'm just fiddling with this really quick. Boop. I'm gonna play some Fruit of Grisaia. Where is it? There it is. I hope everyone's doing okay.
フロントウィング。
That startled me. ブラントウィン
グリザイアの続きからよ。
What the? Why did my thing move? Oh, I wonder if Grisaia does that. Because I've seen it moved up before. Interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind. Come on, let's go.
だから大ごとにしないでよね。私そういうの嫌いなんだから。
Listen, maggot. How many times do I have to tell you not to make light of dysentery? The small things are what get you. You change your socks regularly when you're in Vietnam, and you always treat diarrhea with the proper respect.
そうじゃないって言ってるでしょ。もう。
You're awfully stubborn. But anyway, this illness sure came out of nowhere. He looked fine until we started talking about best friends or whatever it was. Ichiro's face fills with pain. She clutches a hand to her chest, and the next moment she's leaning heavily against the walls as if to keep herself from falling to the ground. What's wrong? Are you in pain?
ちょっと休ませて。すぐ治るから。
Wait, is it your chest rather than your stomach?
ねえユージ、お願い。ちょっとだけだから。こういうことには慣れてるのよ。
Normally, chest pain is something we should be responding to immediately, but it seems a familiar occurrence for me to do. She has the most information, so the moment I'll have to trust her judgment. Alright, if you say so, but don't overdo it. It feels worse than usual. Let me know right away.
わかったわよ。あんたに心配なんてしてもらいたくないんだからね。
Got guts, young Sundre. Thumbing herself lightly on the back, she slowly settles her ragged breathing down. In time, the beads of sweat on her forehead disappear, and the expression of pain on her face fades away. I see. I tend not to trust the people when they tell me I'll be fine as a general rule, but I guess sometimes the person in question does know best.
言ったでしょ。ちょっとした貧血よ、貧血。
Hi, Mr. Pokeloves. How are you? Let me put that for you really quick. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Pokeloves. I don't think anemia typically causes chest pain.
私の場合は感じるの。だからもし今後こういうことがあっても軽くスルーしなさいよね。それとあんまりこういう姿他の子に見せたくないから黙ってなさいよ。
If you've got a chronic illness, I think it'd be best if people you knew enough to react appropriately in emergency. But if you're opposed to the idea, you can write a memo and stick it on your forehead.
もう私が黙ってなさいって言ったら黙ってなさいよね。わかった、
if you insist.
それならよし。じゃあ戻るわよ。みんなミチル様のお帰りよ。さっきのはただの貧血。心配しなくていいのよ。あれ、もう戻ってきたの？元気になってよかったのよさ。当たり前じゃない。私を誰だと思ってるの？ツンデレキングミチル様よ。一時はどうなることかと。サーチ、そんなこと言ってる暇があったらお水持ってきてちょうだい。喉が渇いたわ。私はナチュラルミネラルウォーターをご所望よ。はい、ただいまお持ちいたします。戻ってきた途端にさっちゃんに命令なんて。すっかり元気になったみたいね。もともとちょっと貧血だっただけよ。レバーを食せば問題なす。それじゃあまた盛り上がっていくわよ。そんなに盛り上がるような話してたっけ？してないなら盛り上げていくわよ。オラオラ。これだけ元気なら心配しなくても大丈夫そうね。
When someone gets started with idle gossip in earnest, it won't end anytime soon. According to that rule, the group's conversation stretches on endlessly. Finding a good moment, I slip away silently. When I leave the dorm, I bump into Sakaki, a non-participant in the ongoing girl talk. I know she's not the most sociable type, but even so, she's known the others longer than I have. She might have some sort of an answer for me. Hey, Sakaki. Just now, Michiru got sick out of nowhere. Oh, don't worry, it didn't turn out to be anything serious. Seemed like she was actually completely used to it. Have you seen something like that happen to her before?
いいえ、記憶にないわ。いつもバカみたいに騒いでた。
Which would mean she's trying to hide it.
どういうこと？松島さん、病気か何かなの？
I think I'm gonna do Sakaki's route first. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think so. Sorry for the weird question all of a sudden.
いいえ、大丈夫？
So finally, Sakaki, please don't mention what I said to anyone else. Seems Michiru doesn't want people worrying about her.
そうね。余計な詮索をされたくないのは誰も同じだろうし。
Thanks, I'll see you later. Relationships are difficult things. Too often we hide ourselves out of consideration for others, to dress up ugly reality with happy lies. Keep it up long enough and the truth is left irreparably tangled with fiction. Everyone understands that the ideal relationship is based on straightforward honesty. But that straightforward road feels as circuitous? I don't know that word. Circuitous? As a maze, once you take the first step, our hearts are hidden from each other regardless of our intentions. As we stumble through the twists and turns of life, the most we can do is pray that we won't lose our way on the one maze we ourselves have created. But I think that might actually be the most difficult thing of all. If we could manage that much, every path would lie open to us. Very difficult to use your time effectively, particularly when you're in a profession like mine. Your holidays tend to be irregular and come with many restrictions on how you can spend them. It's hard to make plans ahead of time. When you do, they'll be spoiled often as not. As a result, I tend to use my free days to catch up on sleep. Get an extra... Sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning. Get in extra exercise and read books. Things that I can do without the need for any advanced planning or prep. The major side effect is that I've never been able to form much in the way of a hobby or interest to enliven my usual routine. My schedule may have changed once I entered the school, but the mildly pathetic recreational habits remain much the same.
無趣味人間、ここに極まれりって感じね。
Working through calisthenics routine in the dorm lobby, Amane is providing helpful commentary.
生きてることが苦痛で仕方ない。でも俺には生きるしかないんだ。
God, speak those words of truth, Machina. Oh. Damn, I tried to screenshot and my screen went black. Not doing that again. Whoa, I don't know what just happened. Look, the state. Wait, let me just make sure my screen didn't crash. Okay, it didn't crash. Cool. Okay. Look, the stage whispers and dramatic sighs are starting to get on my nerves. How about you just come over here and tell me off to my face?
土曜の昼間から柔軟体操やってる男とかつまんなくてヘドが出そうなのよさ。
Take it back. Do me a favor and stick to sniping behind my back. This is more infuriating than I expected.
にしてもさ、本当にやること何もないの？ヘドはさすがに出ないけど、見ててため息の一つもつきたくもなるわよ、それ。
Omar squats down next to me as she speaks, her face full of pity. Give me a break here. It's better than sitting around doing nothing at all, don't you think?
確かにそうだけどさ、それでもせっかくの土曜なんだから、少しはなんかこう、もっとそれらしいことしたらいいんじゃないの
Let me be such a pain in the ass at times. Bringing my calisthenics to a halt for a moment, I stand up and turn to face her. Alrighty then, as you're clearly a professional woman of leisure, Miss Amane, please teach me exactly how to make a delightful use of my Saturdays. I'm all ears. Very simple question, Amane. How do you spend your own free time?
その、
いやだから
週末のアバンチュールを優雅に過ごしまくる人生の達人周防天音先生に素晴らしい余暇のエンジョイの仕方を伝授してもらおうと思ったんだが。口真似すんな。それに何よその安いコピー。アバンチュール処女解放、そしてびっくり開花。こうさ、顔めがけて水平にチョップとか打っていいと思う？
Don't ask me. So, how do you spend your weekends, Amane?
そこに話戻すんだね。話。
Since you go around calling other people dull human beings, I'm sure you have some really interesting hobbies yourself, right? Spit it out.
習慣、大人の隠れ家とかに特集されそうなパーフェクトな趣味なんでしょうな。さあ、どうぞ。マキナ、後で覚えてなさいよ。私の趣味は掃除と洗濯と料理かな。
Drop my hands abruptly onto her shoulders. I'm afraid you've made a serious mistake here, my friend. Please let me explain in detail.
ごめん、分かってるからやめて。
Things you just listed are not what we'd call hobbies.
ダメ、お願い言わないで。
Firmly retaining my grip on Amane, she squirms around violently. I stare into her eyes, clasp her on a fake smile, and deliver a blow of truth. Those are chores.
いやー、分かってたけど、改めて言われるとすごく惨めだ。
Amane at last escapes from my grasp. Collapsing on her knees, she hangs her head in shame. Makina trots over to her side and gives her back a few commiserable thumbs.
まあなんだ、そのうちチミにも生きがいってもんが見つかるかもしれんから、それまではつまらない専業主婦でも頑張ってやってみるといいじゃないかね。しかしやっぱりチョップをさ、こう。
Well, you're the one raising the girl. Discipline her as you see fit. Anyway, with this level of instruction, it doesn't seem likely I'm going to find myself a hobby worth being proud of anytime soon.
昼間から何をギャーギャー騒いでるのよ。うるさくて起きちゃったじゃない。
Michiru arrives on the scene. She's obviously been awake for several hours already. Probably thought our noise was a good excuse to be nebby. Hello, Mr. Pokeloves. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. By the way, nebby would be kansai slang for someone with desperate need to stick their nose into other people's conversations. I've been picking up a bit of stuff from Amane lately.
ユージの無趣味ぶりをみんなで弾劾してたのよ。趣味？
Yeah, I don't have anything particularly worthwhile to occupy my leisurely time, which they decided to pester me about.
確かに、あんたは趣味とかなさそうよね。ずっと部屋で親指だけの腕立て伏せとかしてそうなイメージ。
I understand what she means, but at that point, wouldn't it be technically a finger stand rather than an arm stand?
チルチルの趣味はあれだもんね。
What the hell?
何言うのよいきなし。だってチルチルが毎日することで習慣になりそうなのって
Long day at
それ
work.
ぐらいしか
I
思い
work today
つかない
too.
のよさ。ロッキー、あんたに私の何がわかるって言うのよ。そんなの毎日はしてないわよ。猿みたいに毎日じゃないにしてもしてるのは間違いないのよね。それはってあのね、ユージがいる前でする話じゃないでしょ。あら、私は堂々と言えるわよ。昨日だ。うっとりした口調で明らかに誘うイメージでそんなことを言うな。ユージもなんとか言ったらどうなのよ。
Sorry, but what exactly am I supposed to say here?
そんな下品なこととか言わないようにしなさいとか、そういうこと言ってたしなめればいいじゃないの。で、チルチルは週に何回すんの？ユージをおかずにしたことある？父とか思い出せる？
Oh my god, what the fuck is going on here? I went like just got back from the arcade with some friends. I flew out to sea for Labor Day weekend. Oh, nice! I won like 4 things, played air hockey, went to a photo booth, and played through Halo. It was great. I'm so glad you had such a good time, Mr. Pokeloves. That sounds really fun. Nice, dude. Hi, Strange! How's work fun? It wasn't too bad today. I'm learning how to be a packer, like packing to-go stuff for people. And it's kind of nice being in your own little bubble away from everything.
皆さん集まってみちる様の
Stop! What the fuck is wrong with them? I don't like this.
もうここの建物ごと爆破してやりたい
I'm here till Wednesday afternoon when I fly home at 11 or so. Nice.
みちる様爆破にはそれ相応の知識と資材が必要になってくるのであまり現実的な手段とは言えませんよわーってるわよそんなこと例え話を本気にしないでよ申し訳ありませんみちる様ならばやりかねないと思いまして
I'm pretty sure Sachi is like actually autistic. Like she does not understand sarcasm or social cues at all. Lurk, what's up, Golden? Trying to keep it down, will you? Well, since I've come here, I guess my leisure time has been increasingly filled with a sort of boisterous, trivial chat. Yeah, hello, Mochi. How you doing? How you doing? You guys know, like, Wendy Williams? You know, Wendy Williams has had some very iconic moments. After this game, maybe we'll watch some of them because she has had some very, very funny things happen. Like, you know what she... I was watching this TikTok of these clips put together of when she... Okay, when Kim Kardashian and Kanye West started dating, she did not believe it, and she said... And when they got engaged, she said, I will eat a crow if they actually get married. And then they actually got married, and she literally ate a fucking crow. I always think of her going like, exactly right? I love her so much. Like, she's so iconic. How are you feeling? I'm good. I'm just a little tired from work, you know, but I'm good. I'm glad you're doing well. Sorry, I just had to talk about Wendy Williams and her crow. She is just, she's everything. OMG, her and Ozzy Osbourne would get along. Anyways. Even in that alone, I think I've gained something from entering this school. I always... Oh wait, I already read that. Oops. By the way, where's Sakaki? Oh yeah, Mochi. I was thinking... I've decided... Well, and Strange, you can know this too. I've decided for sure I want to do Sakaki's route. And Strange, if you don't remember... Sakaki is this one. The one that has the voice. Yumiko. Yumiko slash Sakaki. I just realized that he's the only one. He calls everyone by their first names except for her. They're all cute. Alrighty, I think you'll like her route. Considering the topic of our conversation, I don't think she'd be sticking around for long even if she did drop by. But I haven't seen her out-of-box cutter girl even once today. At a glance, her normal reserved seat next to the pillar at the edge of the lobby doesn't seem to have been disturbed recently. I think he did. I don't know.
今日出かけてるわよ。大きなトートバッグを下げてましたね。かなり早い時間でした。そんなに早い時間に
I'm just talking shit, maybe. I'm like completely making that up. I have no idea if he did or not. I'm just assuming he did.
ええ、私がちょうど起きた時でしたから、5時過ぎぐらいでしょうか。
Yeah, that's early any way you look at it. It's one thing if you're a compulsive morning runner like me, but most people aren't gonna wake up at that hour on a Saturday. I sure did. Oh, nice. I'm psychic. Grade schoolers with their radio exercises, or old men doing Tai Chi for their blood pressure, maybe?
バッグの中、何入ってなんでしょうね。大量のカッターが入ってるとかでしょう
Polls are
か。
totally legit. No pity tickets were involved at all. Oh. Well, I pulled her. I don't have enough pity tickets to use on anyone.
相変わらず謎よね、あの子は。というか、前にもこんな話したっけ、ここで。
We did now that you mention it. Lonnie's words bring to mind the previous Sakaki incident, set off a round of scary stories in the lobby. That affair shed light on one aspect of Sakaki's true nature, but not particularly large or revealing one, and I haven't gained any further insight since. I pulled Kafka twice. Man, shut the fuck up. This bitch is mad I pulled 2B. He mad, and he tried to throw that in my face. You see this shit? You see this shit? Sakaki's private life is as mysterious as always. Well, there's other ladies coming, and I'm gonna pull for them, and I have my pity up, alright? It's fine, I'm not coping. As soon as we get back from school, she tends to lock herself up in her room. On the rare occasions she does poke her head outside, she actively evades any real attempt at conversation. Now there's a question. How about Sakaki? What does she do with her free time? Not that caught up on actually finding an answer to this question, but I can't deny the contrast between the shameless openness of this bunch and Sakaki's cloak of secrecy leaves me slightly interested.
あれかな。
Why do they have the child character say this? Is it supposed to be like, haha, the child saying it's funny because it's shocking? Or like, I don't understand. Can someone explain what the is it like? I don't
あん
understand.
たとりあえずそこから離れなさいよ。
何言ってんのさ。小、老、病、死。いずれもその根底にあるのは生の喜びなのよ。
I mean, okay, Machina aside, this is a very base statement. You should not be ashamed of anything sexual or asexual. What a philosophy. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
なんでマキナはこんな子になっちゃったんだろう。
悲しむのもわかるけど、これが現実だ。受け入れろ。な。
She's super short and underdeveloped due to starving and lack of nutrition. Yeah, but she also acts like a kid, which is the creepy part. I don't really... Well... Even if she was just short and skinny, everyone here has some sort of huge shit she's been through. Yes, trauma probably. I mean, yeah, but it's still weird that they have a child act so sexual. It's just weird. Like, I'm sure there are girls like her. You know how people revert to child? Yeah, I understand. But I don't like it.
私が悪いのかな。もっと肌の露出を減らさなきゃいけないのかな。
I mean, not that I don't like the trauma part. Just explain the rational since you asked. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess. Oh yeah, I know. I wasn't trying to like go at you, Mr. Pokélobes. I was just explaining that I'm like, what? Weird.
あの子、教室では本読んでるじゃん。読書じゃないの？趣味。それは違うと思います。え、どうして？榊さんは本を読んでいる素振りだけで、実際は読んでいないことが多々あります。決まった数ページを何度も繰り返したり、そもそもページをめくらなかったり、何日もずっと同じ本を読んでいたこともあります。
You're observant, Sachi, bizarrely so. Sometimes I have a hard time with rhetorical. Sorry, I thought you asked. I was. No, you're good, Mr. Pokélobes. You're totally fine. I did ask, but I think I didn't realize that that's what you were doing. I thought you were defending it, but you obviously weren't. It was just a miscommunication, so no problem. Sorry about that. But I understand. I mean, like, I understand what you're saying. I was thinking that true. Like, obviously, children are gonna be sexual earlier when they're traumatized. sexually. If that's the case, it's really fucked up. And like, I get it, but it still makes me very uncomfortable. Like, it's fucked.
はい
I still like her though.
Maki-chan
I like her as a
一
character.
時期ずっと
I don't like the
反応しておりま
sexual
したから
parts. Is she talking about the time we investigated her? I thought our mission was wrapped up after we succeeded in startling the girl, exposing her scaredy cat nature, and generally making life miserable for her. Gotcha, just want to be clear because I want you to assume I was feeling shit because I'm not. No, I totally understand. But apparently Sachi was still on observation duty.
サッチンの調査能力は完璧なのよさ
I'm sure they are, so try not to waste them on stupid crap, alright? Didn't think you were going after me though, don't worry. Okay, cool. At any rate, it seems bookworm theory is fairly dubious.
ナイフアクションとかカッターからの安易な発想よねそれだって他にないでしょ歩いてるか座ってるか本読んでるかカッターで人に切りつけるかしかあの子の姿って見てないんだもん
When you describe her like that concisely, Scuffy really does seem quite a fearsome character, doesn't she?
まあいいじゃないあの子だって人間なんだから陰で色数を集めたりしてるわよきっと
I hate high schoolers. I think we were talking about the leisure time and hobbies here, but somehow the topic of discussion seems to have shifted to Sakaki's sex life. How'd that happen exactly?
暇で何もすることなかったらとりあえずエッチに走るんじゃないのかなじゃあ何か榊さんに変化がありま
Thank
し
you,
たら
Sanchi,
皆さ
for
んにご報
diverting the
告いたしますね
conversation. Okay, Sanchi, it's not necessarily, really truly not necessary.
はいわかりましたではしません
Last thing we need is this nonsense leading to something troublesome, making things awkward in the dorm. If Sakaki wants to talk, she'll do so in her own time. It's not like I have any pressing need to know more about her, so I'm not gonna pry when she wants to be left alone.
あいっけね洗濯物洗ったまま干すの忘れてたじゃあ私戻るね
Monty patters off towards her room. Must be nice to have a washer and dryer in your room. I have to go to a stupid facility. Although it is on the premises of my apartment, some people have to go to a laundry place, so it could be worse. Sachi and Makina rise off. Sachi is such a weirdo, I love her. Rise off the couch and follows suit. But before I can get up myself, Michiru sidles up with an inquiring look on her face.
どうしたのユミコのことが気になってる
No, not particularly. I really stuck around because I don't plan to continue my calisthenics. Oh, I've been planning to continue my calisthenics. But Michiru ignores my answer to her question, draws her own conclusion, and forges ahead with this one-sided excuse for a conversation.
まあ気になるんだったら早朝にでも入り口で貼っておけばご本人に直接確認できるんじゃない
I can't with this face of hers. I have better things to do with my time.
へえついさっき無趣味ぶりをさらけ出したばっかりなのに
If you want to talk down to me, I suggest you find a less self-indulgent hobby first, Michiru.
だからそっから離れろって言ってんでしょやるわよみちる様本当に G が趣味だったんですかみちる様まあ人生長いんだからそういう時期だってあるさ猿のように老けて次の目標を考
Michiru's
えるん
great
だ
because she's like a fake
Michiru-kun.
center. Okay.
あー何か口に詰め込んで死なない程度に苦しめられるものとか落ちてないかしら
Flying furiously at her blonde head, Michiru shrieks a desperate entry due to the heavens. In the end, our discussion about Sakaki's private life was diverted to the usual headache-inducing nonsense before we could reach any real conclusions. Not that it was a topic of especially great interest to me in the first place. A few set of push-ups later, and I've mostly forgotten about the whole thing. See, we're on 6/26. What day do we have to get to when the... Hold on. Let me look this up really quick. Remember 26, chat. 6/26. 6/26. When does... 7:11 it ends. 6. Okay, we got about 4 plus 15 days until we're done with the common route, guys. Interesting. Guess I'm up a bit early. Probably because yesterday had been a fairly light day. I found myself awake earlier than usual. It's not like that's a bad thing though. More time for a little calisthenics before my run. Hobbies, huh? So I run through my stretches. I find myself thinking about the conversation we had here yesterday. I guess dull is in fact objectively appropriate word for someone who uses all his free time to exercise. From a conventional viewpoint, training your body might well qualify as a hobby of sorts, but in my case, I'm maintaining a tool I need for my profession. Training is just a part of the job for me. So yes, I basically have no hobbies. I think my personality is mostly to blame. Nothing really tends to capture my interest that strongly or for that long. On that point, I may have something in common with Sakaki. By all appearances, she keeps everything and everyone at arm's length, mainly because she's decidedly uninterested in learning more. Come to think of it, didn't they say Sakaki, huh? With that sentence halfway on my mouth, I sensed someone behind me and turned to face them. Sakaki's standing by the entrance, staring at me in surprise. There's a bulky tote bag lying at her feet. You can tell at the glance that it's stuffed full of various items, such a glimpse of thin wooden objects stick at the top.
早いのね。
For what?
起きる時間がよ。
At this point, the conversation from yesterday comes to mind again. Others mentioned Sakaki's habit of leaving the dorm early in the morning by herself. Apart from the large bag she always carries on these trips, no one has any clues as to what she's getting up to. Not that I'm particularly interested, Cap. But the flow of the conversation seemed to call for a little probing. You're up early yourself, Sakaki. Where are you off to? Tried to phrase the question pretty casually. It certainly didn't sound too pushy coming out of my mouth. Honestly, she's trying to draw her in a little small talk, but she purses her lips for a moment before she speaks.
別に私が何をしようが勝手でしょ。
Sentence she finally fires off somehow manages to be simultaneously sharp and blunt. What we've got here, Sakaki, is failure to communicate.
どういうことかしら。
I asked, where are you off to? And you responded with, what I do is no one's business. That's the answer to a slightly different question. You're probably feeling self-conscious about whatever it is you're going to do, and not mishearing what I was asking.
あなたのそういうすぐ上げ足を取る言い方不快だわ。
Sadly, it's not really a habit. I was born this way.
とにかくもう聞かないでちょうだい。
Alright, I won't ask you about this again.
え？
Her face fills with genuine confusion. She's clearly surprised by this ready concession to her demand.
それじゃあ失礼するわ。
Yeah, see you later. Sorry to bother you. As she heads for the exit, I turn around and begin my calisthenics again. But as I'm sitting on the floor and beginning to stretch out my arms, I realize I haven't heard her leave the building yet. What's up? You need something?
なんでもないわ。
She throws open the door in apparent irritation and immediately leaves the dorm.
怪しいわね。何をしようとしているんでしょうか。あの荷物気になる。やっぱり武器とか入ってたんじゃないの？
What? Were you watching? You've all got too much time on your hands. Oh, Lane? Okay, 1 second. Let me put it on. Within seconds of Sakaki's exit, the other four emerged from their hiding places around the lobby. Don't tell me you actually went out of your way to wake up early so you could watch her leave. Honey does her best impression of a mischievous child caught with one hand in the cookie jar. It's kind of unpleasant to watch.
なんか昨日の流れでちょっと気になっちゃってね。みんな考えることは同じだったんですね。ユウジがもうちょっと押せばユミコきっと言ってたよ。あの流れだったら。
Alright, I'm just not that interested. In the first place, there's something Sakaki would feel comfortable talking about. I'm sure she would have responded differently to my casual question. Blunt refusal to talk probably means she has her reasons for keeping her activities to herself. Not so irrepressibly curious as to pester her on a sensitive topic, especially when she's not going to reveal anything anyway.
あの荷物だよ。あそこに組み立て式の羽とか変な光る棒とか衣装が入ってて、人知れずユミちゃんはそれに着替えてコスプレとかしているのよさ。
Oh, your grounds for this delusion?
普段が目立たない地味無口キャラだから、休日ぐらいはきっと羽を伸ばしたいと思ってるに違いないのよ。だから文字通り羽をどや。
Amane, if you'd be so kind as to shut her up now.
しんどいしつけだけ母親に押し付ける父親って嫌われるよ。どうしましょうか、風見さん。調査するのでしたら命じていただければすぐにでも。
No, I don't think there's any reason to put your ninja skills to the test today.
つまんない。
If you want to know that badly, Michiru, go tell her yourself, 1-1.
うげ。みちる相手だったら初手からいきなり刃物もありえるわよね。血を見ることになりそうですね。みちる様のお体が心配ですが、自ら選んだ道でしたら致し方ありません。覚悟します。やるっつってねえでしょ。勝手に覚悟完了すんじゃないわよ。大丈夫。命は一つじゃない。チルチルなら3つぐらいに切られてもそれぞれが真ミチルとなって生まれ変われるのよさ。プラナリア？ねえちょっとマキナ、あんた私をプラナリア扱いか。
Look, I'd really like to exercise at some point if you don't mind. Yo. Later that same day, shortly after finishing my outdoor training, I happen to be doing some cooldown exercise in the dorm lobby just as Sakaki returns. She's holding her bot again, the shadow cast by her own body, as if consciously trying to hide it from view. Sorry about this morning. First off, an apology for my earlier rudeness seems called for. Sakaki offers a vague non-response, squirming awkwardly where she stands. Alright, I'll see you later. Turn away and restart my calisthenics. But Sakaki doesn't move a muscle. Sakaki? Call out to her for the second time. She flinches in surprise and shoots me a fierce glare.
どうもしないわ。どうもしない。
Clearly talking to herself rather than me, she stomps off in the direction of her room. Well, after she vanished from view, I'm still staring after her. The girl might not have said anything to me just now. It's obvious she's extremely tense. Wonder if something's wrong. As if I'm puzzling over the matter, a certain woman of unusual proportions appears out of nowhere.
なんかちょっと話したそうだったね、榊さん。
Amane approached me with an annoying smirk on her face. Oh yeah, I didn't get that feeling personally.
それはユージが基本的に鈍感なだけよ。
Rather than sitting on the sofa, she drops herself cross-legged to the ground. Drawing her face close to me as I exercise, as if to give me a whiff of her perfume, she continues.
で、どうなの？榊さんにちょっとは興味出たの？
Sorry, exactly what in the conversation just now suggested that to you?
あるからそんな思わせぶりな態度をとってるのかと思ったのよ。あえて踏み込まず、榊さんからやってくるのを待つというか。
I don't know about you, but I don't approach my relationships with other people as if they were a fish I'm trying to catch.
あらやだ、私はしないわよ、そんなこと。やるならもっと直接攻撃の方が性に合ってるわ。
She's so me, guys. She's just so me. True. Full frontal certainly seems like more plausible in your case. Sorry I misjudged you.
半分は天然で言ってるんだろうけど、ユージって時々本当にひっぱたきたくなるわね。
Sadly, I was born this way.
にしてもさ、榊さんって本当に何してんだろうね。誰にもほとんど関わらず一人でいるし、辛くならないのかな。
Well, I guess being alone is a less painful choice sometimes.
はい、では今日はこれで終わります。起立。
The weekend behind us, we're back in the classroom. As the day lessons reach their conclusion, Sachi leads us in the formal bow and marks the end of every school day. The weekends are nice and simple. Given a set schedule, I can coast peacefully through it without having to worry about excuse me, how I'm spending my time, or about being insulted over my lack of interest. I shoulder my bag and leave the classroom. After dropping my stuff off in my room, I find myself heading on the roof of the dorm for no particular reason. I fucked up that sentence so bad. It's funny how much I rearranged that sentence. Anyways, when I can't think of anything to do with myself, sometimes I'll search out places where I can be alone and look at the sky. Gay! I'm just kidding! I'm kidding! I'm bi. I can joke. I wouldn't say that I prefer solitude, but every once in a while I'm seized with the need to break from the clamor of daily life, which has been very noisy indeed lately. As swing the door open slowly, I realize there's someone already on the roof. The instant I set foot inside, she's staring at me with a slightly suspicious look on her face.
またあなたなの？
Sorry, but we do live in the same building. We're gonna run into each other sometime.
別に悪いと責めているわけじゃないけど。
So can I come up?
私が決めることじゃないわ。
Having obtained her assent, I stand beside the handrail and gaze up into the sky. It's a vivid shade of blue today. The sun shines powerfully down on us. I can feel heat rising off the iron railing in front of me. After a moment, she turns to me and breaks the silence.
ね
Yeah?
え、ひょっとして立ったまま寝ているの？あなた。
No, I'm awake.
何も言わないから寝ているのかと思ったわ。
Do you prefer me to talk about something or ask you questions?
別にいいわ。そんなことしなくても。
See, well, in that case, I guess I'll do what I feel like. She tilts her head back and slightly gazes into the sky for a long moment. Her long hair catches the sea breeze and flutters like a flag.
よくここには来るのかしら。
Why do you ask?
前にもここで会ったじゃないの。
True, now that you mention it. I lean forward and grip into the warm iron railing with both hands as I speak. Every once in a while, I guess, just look at the sky by myself.
あなたが？らしくないわ。
It really is every once in a while. Anyway, that's the only reason I come up here.
そう。
Everyone has time when they want to be alone, right?
それは私に向かって聞いてるの。
No, we're talking about me here. Sunlight today is really powerful, very much midsummer day. Shadow of a kite flying overhead moves slowly across the roof, wings and beak clearly defined against the concrete. As I follow the shadow's movement with my eyes, the coffee blurts out unexpected
あな
words.
た聞かないのね。
About what?
私が休みの日に外で何をしているのかを。
She turns to face ever so slightly towards me as she speaks.
ああやって早朝から出て行ったら何をしているのか聞こうとするものじゃないかしら。
Yeah, I did ask, remember?
でもそれから一切聞こうとしなかったじゃない。
Told me you didn't want to talk about it, so I haven't brought it up since then.
え？
Change your mind about that, I assume you'd let me know. I'm not looking to stick my nose at other people's business. Turn my head slightly toward her, meeting her gaze out the corner of my eye, with the exception of when someone wants me to. Policy isn't limited to Sakaki. I'm trying not to interfere with any of the students here more than necessary. I don't dislike any of them, but I don't have any reason to get out of my way to avoid them. But all the same, I don't have any reason to get closer to them. Said when neither one's approaching me, there's no need to reject them either. I'm trying to maintain the subtle balance as my master taught me. She stares steadily at my face. Her expression lies somewhere between puzzlement and curiosity. I don't know what's gotten her interest all of a sudden, but it's clearly different from her usual apathetic gaze. What is it? My question, she exhales lightly and closes her
何
eyes.
でもないわ。
She abruptly walks away from the railing and heads for the stairs. Halfway there, she pauses briefly and looks back in my direction.
部屋に戻るわ。
Right. My concise response to her expression takes on a shade of amusement.
あなた変わってるわね。
For some reason, I get that a lot. Honestly, can't understand why. Remember the real smile on Skaki's
それ
face.
じゃ
She's so pretty! I want her! She's so cute! Yeah, she opens the iron door and disappears inside the dorm. The kite I've been watching draws a lazy arc in the sky, as if to wave farewell, and then floats out of sight. The sun begins its slow descent towards the horizon as the evening approaches. I push myself back from the railing and walk slowly towards the stairs, feeling the sun-warmed concrete underneath my feet. An odd one, huh? Don't know if you're one to talk. Her hypocrisy is kind of charming. She's like I've become lectured about drinking too much by an alcoholic. For some reason, I feel like I've warmed up to Sakaki a bit. Maybe we've got more in common than I realize.
おーいみちるおーいってばんどこからともなくこの私を正義を呼ぶ声がするこっちだってばつうか正義関係ないしどこここだっつの重たかったあまねどうしたのよその大荷物いや調子に乗って買いすぎちゃった
She's so mean!
あんたね一人で一体どんだけ買い物してんのよ
Just watch.
私一人の分じゃないってばマキナの分とユージの分とあそうだみちるあんたちょっと付き合ってくれない照英さんで卵 L サイズ10個98円
That's a good ass deal! Are you kidding me? About under a buck for a 10 pack?
まだ買うの卵って何にでも使えるしあると安心するっていうか冷蔵庫開けた時卵が少ないと不安にならないしっていうかなくなったら買いに行けばいいじゃない私はそれが嫌なのよ食べ物はいつだって余ってるぐらいじゃないと落ち着かないのツンデレと卵に何の関係がいいから早くタイムセールが終わっちゃうもう仕方がないわね付き合ってあげるわよそうそれやっぱりツンデレってそうでなきゃね何よそれあんたツンデレバカにしてんでしょしてないってうふふ言うな
What is this? Higurashi when they cry? The cicadas scare me.
重たかったと
Cicadas are scary. They will never be comforting to me after Higurashi.
ただいまってここあんたの部屋じゃないじゃんあれユージいないのまあいいかみちるそっちの袋も貸して冷蔵庫にしまっちゃうから勝手に冷蔵庫まで開けてさなんかもう自分の部屋のノリだよねそういいじゃんどうせろくなもの入ってないんだし私の部屋冷蔵庫小さいんだもの突っ立ってないで座ったらお茶ぐらい出すよ麦茶でいいよねはいありがとうっておいうわびっくりした何よ急に大きな声出して何脱いでんのよなんで脱いでんのよ2回言ったそんなツッコミはいらんなぜ脱ぐだって帰ってきたら着替えるでしょ普通いやそりゃそうかもしれないけどここあんたの部屋じゃないし別に裸のままでいるわけじゃないしちゃんと私服に着替えるわよいうかさなんでこの部屋に天音の私服があるのよあんたらあれ付き合ってんの同棲してんのなんでベッドの上にブラが脱ぎ捨ててあるの聞きたいあははごめんね散らかってていいけどさ気のせいかなユージの私物よりあんたの私物の方が多くないつうか本当に何にもないんだねこの部屋テレビも部屋を出れば目の前の談話室にテレビあるしね私物といえばバックパックが一つあるぐらいねえこっちの部屋はそこは開けちゃダメよユージ本気で怒るからなんで言ってみればその1畳半の部屋がユージの私室なのよだってここクローゼットだよだから開けちゃダメだってばそれに開けても別に何もないわよ本当に一度だけ中を覗いたことがあるけど紙くず何もないなら見てもいいんじゃないたとえ空っぽだったとしても見られたくない場所っていうか深入りしてほしくない場所ってあるじゃない前に私が入った時そこには入るなってすっごい怒られたもの何それさあ
That's because you're stupid.
例えるならそう 携帯のメールボックスとかか
Get
な。
it. Okay.
勝手に見られたら気分悪いでしょ。
空っぽなのに。
空っぽのメールボックスを見られたくないんじゃないかな。
わけわかんない。
That's because you're fucking stupid.
ユージの過去でも
I'm
詰まっ
adding
てる
to
ん
the
だよ。
dumb counter for this bitch. Oh god, trying to fucking hit the number is ridiculous. Alright, I finally got it.
はあ。
触れられたくないものって意味で。
ああ、そう言われちゃうと、まあ私にもそういう部分がないわけでもないし。
I wonder if no one ever showed love towards me too, and that's why she acts like that.
でしょ。だからそこはそっとしておいてあげてよね。
分かったわよ。
そんなことより晩ご飯の用意しなくちゃ。今晩は餃子にしようと思うんだけど、みちるあんたも手伝ってくれない？
ちょっと、あんた夕飯の面倒まで見てるの？
どうせマキナの分も作るし手間は一緒だもの。暇なら餃子包むの手伝ってよ。
なんで餃子？あいつ餃子が好きなの？
うんにゃ、好きとか嫌いとかはあんまりないかな。何作っても食べるし。でもお肉はあんまり喜ばないわね。まあエビ餃子なら喜んで食べるかな。
私、餃子なんて作ったことないわよ。マキナに手伝わせなさいよ。
あの子練り物系はダメなのよね。具で粘土遊びを始めるから。
じゃあサチを呼べばいいじゃない。なんで私なのよ。
たまには次女にも
Oh,
お
I
料
gotta
理
go
教
to
えてあ
bed.
げよう
Thanks
か
for a
なって
wonderful
ね。
stream. Have a good rest
い
of
い
your
から
night.
こっちいらっしゃいな。
Thanks for being here, Mr. Pokélopes. I hope you have a great rest. Hope you have a great rest.
次女？
長女は料理なんてからっきしでカップ麺ぐらいしか作れないし、三女は生真面目だから教えれば覚えるけど、餃子なんか包ませたらそれこそ無限に包み続けるぐらい没頭しちゃうし。末
だから次女？っていうか、私って天音の中じゃ次女なのね。
Thanks, you deserve it. Wait, what? I'm waiting.
ガサツだし大雑把だし、性格がねじくれててあんまり可愛くはないけれど、一番女の子らしいのは次女だと思ってるわよ。
Mitru was just being really dumb about the closet.
それ褒めてるの？
もちろん。それじゃまず下ごしらえしちゃおっか。
だから私は料理なんかしたことない
Like,
ん
she
だってば。
literally was like, I don't get it, like 3 times. Understandable, yeah.
簡
Like, this
単
bitch
だっ
is
て。
dumb.
キャベツと白
Have
菜
a
を
good
軽く湯
night.
通しし
You
て、
too, Mr.
タケノコの水煮と
Pokélopes.
ニラを混ぜて、ひき肉の代わりにエビのす
Let
り
me
身
grab
をつ
some
なぎ
water
にし
really
たあんを
quick,
作って
guys.
市販の皮で包んでいくだけだから。
Guys, I think fruit flies are becoming the bane of my existence. If they didn't fly near my face, oh my god. I hate them.
っていう
Whoops, I didn't mean to do
まあ
that.
ね
っていうかさ、何にもない部屋の割に調理道具だけはやけに揃ってるのね。
まあね、大きいお鍋とか部屋に置いてあると邪魔なものは全部こっちに持ってきちゃってるし。
それって単純にこの部屋を物置にしてるだけじゃないの？
まあいいじゃないの。そのおかげで美味しいご飯食べられるんだから。お塩取って。
塩？塩ってこれ？
そうそれ。 なんかでっかい粒が入ってるけど、何これ？ああ、入り米よ。乾燥剤の代わりに缶入りしたお米が入ってるの。何それ、おばあちゃんの知恵？あまねってさ、そういうところバカ臭いわよね。なんでよ、生活の知恵ってやつでしょ。はい、ズキョーンと。うわ、なんか意外と雑。包丁使わないの？おバカね。毎日料理するのに手間かけてどうするのよ。家庭料理のコツはどれだけ手抜きをするかがポイントなのよ。そんなもの？餃子なんて難しいって思うかもしれないけど、
Spoken like a
小
true
学生でも
queen.
作れるわよ。確かに。なんか簡単そうに作ってるわよね。マキナにはいつも教えてることなんだけど、大切なのは工夫をしないこと。初心者が料理で失敗する理由の8割はレシピを無視した工夫という名の独自解釈よ。なるほど。私はプロだから工夫。何入れた？今何入れたのよ。ああ、ウーロン茶。餃子のあんにウーロン茶を入れるとさっぱりして美味しくなるのよ。本当に？なんかべちゃべちゃになってない？このべちゃべちゃがええんやないの。ユージ、ウーロン茶好きだしね。そんな理由？なんか雑。さて、あとは包んで焼くだけ。どう？簡単でしょ？っていうかいいの？こんな適当で。それに包むのが難しいんじゃ。平気平気。欲張って具をいっぱい詰めようとするから失敗するんだって。具なんてティースプーン1杯分入ってりゃいいのよ。あとは指にお水つけてちゃっちゃと閉じるだけ。いいからとりあえずやってみ。そうそう、そんな感じ。表になる側をパタパタと畳んでいけばちゃんと形になるでしょ。あ、本当だ。意外となんとかなるでしょ。じゃあその調子で4人前で40個パッパと。これちょっと楽しいかも。サチの気持ち少しわかるわ。
Cute.
おっと、長男のお帰りだわ。長男？おかえり、ユージ。遅かったじゃん。どこで何してたの？
Told you the reception on the TV lobby was getting bad, didn't I? Sachi and I were trying to fix the antenna.
へえ、そんで治ったの？
Yeah, though we ended up having to replace the antenna. Look, forget me. What are you two doing in here?
見りゃわかるでしょ。晩ご飯の用意よ。今夜は餃子だよ。
I'm asking what you're doing in my room.
いいじゃん別に。あんたの分も作ってあげてるし。
I remember asking for any.
でもあれば食べるでしょ。
Well, can't let food go to waste.
素直じゃないな。食べたら食べたで美味しいって言うくせに、そういうのをツンデレって言うんだよ。ね、みちる？ああ、そっか。ちょっとユージ。
What?
別にあんたのために作ってるんじゃないんだからね。自分の分を作るついでよ。ついで勘違いしないでよね。あんたってさ、時々自分がツンデレだってこと忘れるよね。そんなことないわよ。
Well, fine. Try not to make too much of a mess in here, okay?
どこ行くの？
Just gonna go buy some oolong tea.
ああ、そろそろなくなる頃だと思ったから買っておいたよ。冷蔵庫に入ってる。
I see. Appreciate it.
ねえ、アマね。あんたってさ、そういうとこちゃんと年上の女なのよね。感心するわ。何よ急に改まって。
She's jealous.
ちょっとユージ。
What now?
ちょっとあんた、当たり前みたいな顔してウーロン茶ゴブゴブ飲んでんじゃないわよ。分かってんの？アマネがいるおかげであんたはそうやって普通に生活できてんのよ。それを忘れんじゃないわよ。
Yeah, I guess. Can't forget that the front lines are only possible through the support of the supply units and paymasters.
またあんたはそうやってわけのわからないこと言って。本当にわかってんの？
Well, to be honest, I have no idea why you've gotten so angry all of a sudden. Sorry.
私に謝ってどうすんのよ。アマネに感謝をしなさい。アマネに。
I really get it, but Amane, thank you very much for everything you do, I guess.
どういたしまして？ なんであんたまで語尾が疑問系なのよ。だって別にお礼を言われるようなことした覚えないしねえ。
You might not seem like much to Yamane, but to certain people who feel self-conscious about never doing anything for anyone else, I expect buying someone some tea looks a truly heroic act of charity.
だよもう。
What do you want from me?
あまねに感謝しなさいよもう。そんで餃子作った私にも感謝しなさいよもう。
That was at all? Of course, I'm grateful to you both. I appreciate it, Michiru.
なんか納得いかないけど、まあいいわ。今日のところはこれぐらいで勘弁してあげるわよ。
Soon after, the wafting scent of frying gyoza lured Makina into my room. Sachi, concerned to find Michiru's room empty, also stopped by before long. At that point, we adopted a resolution to invite Sakaki as well. Initiate extraordinary increase in the dumpling production. Engage in gyoza pig-out party. The Mihama female gyoza corps was the established under command Suomane Exo Communist Sachi. To pursue these objectives, all sorry, I was just thinking about their names for a second. So it's her first name Suo and her first name Komine. Then why do we okay, sorry. To pursue these objectives, all members hurriedly scrap together ingredients from their fridges. Our goal is set at 120 dumplings. The results of this emergency production varied widely in quality. There were a number of respectable dumplings filled with relatively appropriate things like bean jam or cheese, but also some truly bizarre results such as fish stick gyoza and wiener gyoza. Soon dozens of dumplings were arrayed in front of the hot plate. Much like the weapons brought to battle by an army on the verge of defeat, the variant was rich if not quality. We began testing a wide range of dipping sauces as well, leading to an even stranger combination of tastes. Fortunately, Mahina was quick to quickly complain that eaten and plain tastes better. The group's experimental spirit was strained at last, and the gyoza pig-out party drew to a close without any major casualties. Okay. I'm gonna pause here. That's not a command. Hi, Anya. How are you? There's an old proverb. Once three women gather, things get noisy. It happens to be a lie. Truth of the matter is, one woman is enough to let things get noisy. Oh my god. Females are capable of holding a lengthy conversation with a wall. Get three such creatures together and you're solidly beyond noisy, integrate and into migraine-inducing territory. Just chillin'. Nice. Conversation between men is a very efficient thing. Step 1. Both sides communicate their business. There's no step 2. With women, it's a different story. Before they get to the point, the conversation will be diverted onto the subject of dieting, which then develops into a chat about cosmetics. From there, the topic will shift to TV programs and celebrities, perhaps followed by an exchange of opinion on popular sleep. Yeah, you know women can talk about anything and not just what you think is girly, right? Like, what is this? After a stopover at the old standby love gossip, things will come full circle to move to more dieting talk. I mean, like, come on. This is so typical, like... women, all women care about is like celebrities and like love and gossip and dieting and like shopping. Oh my god, they like sweets. Oh my god, you love being so one-dimensional. Not that it's bad if you like that stuff if you're a girl, it's just like, it's just so typical. It's like saying guys only care about cars and shit. Like, there are tons of guys who care about cars, but obviously not all of them give a fuck. Whatever the original point of the conversation may have been, it's buried under the bewildering blizzard of topics never to be seen again. Then again, maybe I'm just looking at this the wrong way. It seems entirely plausible the female conversation is pointless by design. Okay. Of course, I'm something of a magnanimous spirit, so I do my best to endure these unproductive chats when necessary. But there comes an end to every limit. Once my tolerance is exceeded, my usual coping method is to shut down my brain. Then I repeat, I see, amazing, and not your fault every time I sense a pause in the verbal onslaught. In many cases, this proves sufficient. On one memorable occasion, I weathered a conversation with a woman for a good 4 hours using nothing but these 3 phrases. That's kind of
風見
ridiculous.
さんもそう思っていただけたんですね。
I see.
それでは決定事項とさせていただきます。
Amazing.
クオリティが低くならないように努力します。
That's Sachi's voice. Not your fault. Fortunately, there are times when my strategy doesn't work out so well.
ねえ、いいの？あんなこと OK しちゃって。
Huh?
まさか適当に答えてたわけじゃないでしょうね。
What a ridiculous accusation. I was listening to every word.
じゃあ何を話してたか説明してみなさいよ。
Let's see. Think of how Sachi ate pickles or was it parsley?
全然違う。ほらね、聞いてないじゃない。
Seems my concentration may have slipped ever so slightly, probably because I got so caught up in reading that new novel last night. I hadn't noticed during my morning training routine, but apparently I didn't get enough sleep. Must have flipped the mental kill switch without even realizing it. Forced my brain out of hibernation mode and stare at Michiru in the eyes. Alright, honestly, I wasn't paying attention in the slightest, therefore I have no idea whatsoever as to what the conversation was about. Not even a shred of a clue. You got a problem with that?
ちょっと、なんでそんな偉そうなのよ。
All I remember of that discussion was some pointless small talk in the beginning. Hardly a big deal if I did a space out.
あ、そう。別にあんたがそれでいいなら構わないけど、後悔しても知らないからね。
Crying?
恥ずかしいよ、恥ずかしいよって言って泣きついても、私は慰めてあげないんだからね。
It's embarrassing? What? Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
ちゃんと聞いてないからでしょう。
Slinky trouble.
風見さん、先ほどの件なのですが、
Yeah, about that.
サイズの方を測らせていただいてもよろしいですか？万が一長さが
Would
足り
it
ないと
be
いうことにな
agreed
ると
to
大
like have
変
our
です
own
から。
maid costume? That'd be dope. Yeah, very true. You got sufficient length.
はい、もしそうなったら使えなくなって
Right,
しまい
wouldn't
ま
be
す。
usable.
それでは失礼させていただきます。
With her customary finesse, Sachi takes my measurements. The skillful, efficient, proved movements of her hands remind me of a maid gracefully pouring tea. Her refined motions possess something of a special charm unique to the work of true artisans. Truly impressive. Can I ask one more question?
はい、何でしょうか？
You're measuring for the lengths of what exactly?
紐です。
The strap, eh?
それでは作業に取り掛かりますので失礼いたします。
Are you already in any characters out? No, I'm trying to finish the common route, but the common route is so long on you. I think I have like I don't know how many days. I think it's like 7-11 it ends and we're on 7-28. I think we have like 15 more days or something. I remember having like 15 more days when we stopped or something. So we have like 2 more weeks. I'm trying to get through it. Alright, show me what you can do. I haven't made any choices or anything. Expect precision to the millimeter. Not that I like... It's like, the thing about this game is like, I enjoy parts of it, and I like the characters. I just don't like the sexual parts. It feels so unnecessary to me. I'm not interested in that kind of content. It makes me a bit uncomfortable, and it makes me not want like it. I hear Grisaia's common route as long as hell. That's why I don't play it. Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend this game, honestly. So far, I know Mochi really likes it, but I haven't finished it. Maybe it's a really good game. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying it's not perhaps to my precise taste.
サメさんポーチを一生懸命作らせていただきます。
And also, I really love making choices in visual novels. Although, ironically, my favorite visual novel has like no choices, which is Higurashi. But still, I still like making choices. Sachi, hold on. Wait, Sachi. Sachi trots off, oblivious. My voice doesn't even seem to register. As I find myself alone, the gravity of the situation at last begins to sink in. A shark pouch. That will look perfect on me? By shark pouch, she's presumably referring to something like that vaguely fish-shaped fanny package she was always wearing. Oh, that's nice of her. Yeah, that much I understand, but one that will look perfect on me? What exactly is that supposed to mean? Slowly, carefully draw out my vague memories of the conversation I sleepwalked through earlier. Cold draft of air was flowing into the hallway through an open window, refreshing in the mountain breeze after a long hike. As I walked down the corridor, lost in my thoughts, I was surprised by an agitated yelp. It was reminiscent of the high-pitched shrieks emitted by cartoon animals back in the earliest days of sound films. I moved to confront the situation, prepared for the remote possibility of an emergency. Instead, I found Michiru sprawled out on all fours, her face planted on the ground. Apparently, she was cleaning the floor with her tongue. How admirable. A face mop, eh? That brings back memories. I had to clean a few hallways to save myself back in my old school.
そんな特殊な方法で掃除するわけないでしょ。
The fact that he actually had to do
転んだ
it.
のよ。
He's such an old man sometimes. I remember those days back when I had to do that on the army or whatever. When I looked down, a number of canisters were strewn all over the floor. They resembled Michiru's containers of ramen candy. Oh, they have ramen candy? I love ramen. It's so good. Apparently, this wasn't an attempt at cleaning after all. They must have fallen out of her shark pouch when she fell. Well, I don't even see the shark pouch on her. In an attempt to be polite, I bent over to help her pick them up, but she hurriedly snatched the nearest canister away from my hand.
私が自分で拾うからいいの。
Oh,
そ
there
れ
it
そう
is.
だよね。
If you say so.
これジッパーのとこが少しバカになってるのよね。サチに直してもらおうかしら。お呼びですね、ミチル様。どっから出てきたの？偶然近くを通りかかったものですから。そうなの？でもちょうどいいわ。これのジッパー、はい、喜んで。それにしてもこのサメさん可愛いですよね。まあね、そうよね。このようなアイテムは人を選ぶと思うのですが、その点ミチル様はとてもよくお似合いです。風見さんはどう思われ
Yeah,
ます
it's
か？
cute. Michiru has reached the pinnacle of shark chic.
サメ
That's so funny. Now that I think about it, this point is already mostly tuned out of the conversation. Once a female speaks the word cute, in most cases the discussions can get painfully lengthy and repetitive. Did my cat just meow? Combined with my drowsiness from insufficient sleep, this instinctive judgment quickly sent my mind into hibernation mode.
へえ、あんたもこういうの好きなの？
Yeah.
それは見かけによらずです。
Really?
もしかしてあんたもこれ実は欲しいなーって思ってるんじゃないでしょうね。
I see.
本当にサメさんをお望みであれば私が作らせていただき。ちょっと私が冗談で言ったのが悪かったわよ。
Not your fault.
このミチル様、風見さんは本当にサメさんポーチを望んでおられるようです。そうなの？目が若干うつろだけど本当にそうなの？ミチル様、それは間違っています。風見さんは返事を適当にする人ではありません。風見さん、私にサメさん作らせてください。
I see.
しかも風見さん用にラインストーンをつけてさらに可愛くキラキラにさせていただきます。だから毎日しっかり着用してくださいませんか？
Very cute. Amazing.
ちょっとユージ、私が悪かったってば。 この子本当に作っちゃうわよ。毎日キラキラをぶら下げて生活することになるのよ。キラブラ生活なのよ。それでもいいの？
Not your fault.
みちる様、きっと風見さんは
Oh
こう
my
見えて
god.
大のファンシー好きでありキラキラ好きなんです。このサメさんにはラインストーンが似合う。風見さんもそう思っていただけたんです
I
ね。
see.
それでは決定事項とさせていただきます。
そうか。すごい。
クオリティが低く
す
なら
ご
ないように
いですね。Oh, Japanese is so fun. Not your fault. I don't know what the. いいですね。いいですね。Somehow it seemed the conversation concluded with me sent in store a sparkly shark fanny pack at all times. I gently closed my eyes and imagined the result. Yeah. I'm glad they showed it. Swag, I can't. A sparkly lifestyle. As they say in Hollywood, a life of glitter. Although I can picture the scene without difficulty, accepting it proves beyond my capabilities. Sachi!
はいいかがなさいましたか？
Emergency situation. Sorry to put this on notice. I need to withdraw the previous request. Discontinue the production process.
と申しますと？
Talking about the pouch, you remember, right? Japanese is so fun until I learned kanji. That is the truest words ever spoken. Yeah, if I never had to learn kanji, oh my god. Japanese would be the best ever. Why did they do that? Why can't you guys just use hiragana and katakana for everything? Like, come on. Come
す
on.
でに半分ほど完成しているサメさんポーチの件ですか？
You work fast.
はいそれはもうマッハで取り掛かっておりましたもので。
Aww. Mach speed. Every time the word shark pouch leave her mouth, her expression becomes dazed and dreamy. The girl's gotten herself all fired up for some reason. I've got to do something and quick.
だって風見さんがサメさんポーチだなんて可愛いじゃないですか。ですからこの小峰幸それはもうミリミリで作業に取り掛からせていただきました。
Alright. If the thing's already half finished, I can hardly admit that I simply wasn't paying attention to the conversation. In the field, even a momentary lapse of judgment can be enough to trap you in a hopeless situation. I've seen people die for their carelessness before my eyes. Jesus. Few thoughtless steps, a small sound drowned out by the buzzing of insects, a single stray bullet. Such things can sometimes change the fate of the world. Should know this all too well, and yet look at me now. Cold sweat trickles down my armpits as I speak. Shark, eh? Shark, is it?
はいサメさんです。
Could you make it a crocodile instead?
できます。すぐに取り掛からせていただきます。
Figures. I was hoping to buy some time with an unreasonable command, but we're dealing with Sachi here. Design change like that didn't even phase her. Sorry, Sachi. Forget about the crocodile as well.
はいではこのトレーシングペーパーはひとまず剥がしておきます。
I've prepped for changing the coloration from shark to crocodile. We're proceeding far too quickly. I can't underestimate her skills. Gotta pick an animal difficult enough to throw her for a loop and slow down the production process. Which would mean, I've got it, Sachi. What we need here is a bush dog.
ヤブ犬ですか？アルゼンチン北東部などに生息し後ろ向きに走ることができるという別名ブッシュドッグことあのヤブ犬ですか？
Do you indeed think you can handle it?
もちろんです。しかし少し時間がかかるかもしれません。
She twists her face in apparent frustration, just as I'd hoped. Even with her determined spirit, making a motif for such an unfamiliar animal should require some time-consuming work. Alright, carefully collect your reference materials. Proceed slowly but surely. Nice and slowly, understood?
かかります。
Time your initial report on the estimated time to completion.
2分です。
Through heroic effort, I managed to hold the words that's too damn fast before they leave my mouth. I see. Think it'll go that smoothly, eh?
迅速な行動が理念ですから。それでは失礼いたします。
Seems the bush dog was too easy. If I'd gone with the golden lion tomorrow, I might have bought myself a few more minutes. Damn it, I chose poorly, damn it!
じゃないの本当に。適当に返事してるからでしょう。まったく。
Silence! What's the point of passing judgment on history from the point of hindsight? At that time, under those circumstances, I made the best decision that I could.
その結果がこれ。まったくご苦労なことね。
Damn it all!
ちょっと落ち着きなさいよ。お家ぐらい大したことじゃないでしょ。
Ugh. Yes, perhaps you're right. My apologies, I overreacted. Thanks to Michiru's words, I quickly regained my composure. It seems the lack of sleep may have made me overly irritable. Just as she says, if I think about the matters rationally, there's hardly any reason to make a fuss over a mere rhinestone-covered shortcuts, and the sure thing is to politely accept my sparkly fate. On second thought, I'd rather die!
だから落ち着きなさいっての。
Adequate sleep is greatly important.
どうしたのよさ。ずいぶん騒がしいじゃないの。祭り系？それがさ、参っちゃうのよね。ユウジが珍しく苛立っててね。おへえ、珍しいこともあるのよさ。カルシウム食えや、これ。
As she speaks, she picks up a pebble from the hollow floor and offers it to me. I accept over the cart, yeah, then I hurl into the distance with unsoothed movement.
何するの？
Silence, please. I really, truly need you to stop talking for a while.
Please don't say train.
Nobody was discussing locomotives. Your English is terrible. I also need to shut up.
ミュ？なんよ、変なお兄ちゃんだな。確かにいつもとちょっと違うのよさ。話半分で聞いてるユウジが悪いから仕
Please
方
don't
ないん
say
だけど
what?
ね。
Train? I don't know. Please don't.
Please don't say train.
It's like, I don't know what she was trying to say. She's so stupid. Like, oh, she's such a bimbo. Sure, when you get to,
それでチルチルは私に何の用なのよ。
when you get down to it, this is my fault. Seems I need to accept the consequences.
それは風見さん、できましたよ。やぶ犬さんですよ。やぶい
Although she's completely out of breath, Sachi's face is filled with the joy of victory. She thrusts out her hand, offering the pouch recognizably modeled after a bush dog. Pretty impressive accuracy for an off-the-cut work, actually. Good work. Impressive. I wasn't expecting you to finish the job so quickly.
はい、サメは国家なり。サメじゃなくてヤブ犬だし、国家でもないけど。では風見さん、早速ご試着願います。この紐を肩におかけになってください。
Turn the pouch over my hand. It seems to be constructed from heavy-duty waterproof nylon, usable even in heavy rain weather. In order to express the distinct coat of the bush dog, she's made the use of fabric with a chocolate chip pattern. The chocolate chip design is more familiar as camouflage pattern in desert regions. I think that's desert, yeah. But it's well suited to the purpose, and I'm honestly fairly impressed with their creative choice. And yet, as if to intentionally shatter the otherwise clever design, sparkling rainstones are scattered all across the pouch's surface. The sheer glitter power of this thing is overwhelming. I feel a little dizzy just overlooking it. Hey, Sachi.
はい、どうかいたしましたか？紐にはアジャスターも備えていますから、多少の体格の変化にも対応できます。この小峰幸の最高傑作と言っても過言ではありません。ぜひの試着を。
I see. I still my nerves and prepare to face my cruel, sparkly fate. If only I'd gotten adequate sleep. But in the next moment, the situation changes abruptly. Michiru approaches briskly, snatches the pouch from my hands, and dangles it in front of Makina.
ほら、マキナ見てみなさいよ、このポーチ。ポーチ？ポーチなんて興味ないのよさ。寝言は寝て言えっつうの、ほんと。バカ、ちゃんとよく見てみなさいよね。ほらこれ、キラキラ。
Subtle motion too small for Makina to consciously notice, Michiru draws the pouch towards herself. The action triggers Makina's subconscious instinct for the chase, firmly hooking her interest with the bush dog pouch.
キラキラなのよさ。目さキラキラしとる。それほ
Mocking his shoulders, I grabbed Sachi's shoulder and stared intensely into her eyes. Sachi, my friend, you heard the girl. Seems hella shiny, I want it, else you give me this pouch. I don't know what will become of me. I'm afraid I can no longer live without it. What passion, my heart has been moved. On that note, I think I know I was originally scheduled to receive this, but I think Machina might be the more deserving recipient. It may look even better on her than on me. What do you think?
そうですね。確かにサメのだ。ねねねね、これ何？ゴールデンライオンなんとか？失敬な。どこからどう見てもヤブイヌ。ヤブイヌか。あれ可愛いよね。ヤブイヌ大好き。チルチルの次に好き。マキナの中で私のポジションどの辺なの？犬、チルチル、ヤブイヌ、犬っていう順位で好き。なんだかすごく獣に挟まれてる感じがする。そして犬が2回も。
Sachi, can you find it in your heart to give it to our young animal over here? I think that'd be the best thing for the pouch.
もう、獣が好きなわけじゃないのよ。ヤブ犬と2匹の犬とチルチルが好きなだけなのよ。はい、わかりました。確かに私も風見さんよりマキちゃんが持っていた方がお似合いだ。はーい、モロタでキラッキラのヤブ犬モロタでダフー。こいつ泣くぞ。はい、泣いた方がいいかな。なぜ照れた？ねえねえサッチ、これもっと泣く？泣きバリエある？バリエーションはまだ10種類しかなくてね。ポポポポ。いやー、かわいいかわいい。あっちでもっと教えて。人のいない静かな場所でこの鳴き声を堪能したいのよさ。この鼻の部分。
That's cute, hearing them in the background. Mocking and Sachi wander off somewhere, grasping the sparkling bush dog pouch in their hands. Left behind, Michiru and I find each other's eyes and heave simultaneous sighs of relief. Excellent work, I definitely owe you one.
はあ？何がよ。
I need to play dumb. I know you are just true to this conclusion. You call Machina over so you can press the pouch on her.
画策？変な言いがかりつけないでよね。私のどこが画策だって言うのよ。そんなに画策してる？
Can you define orchestrated?
あれでしょ、こうカクカクサクサクってことでしょ。何それ、どういう意味よ。
Whatever. Either way, I owe you one. From now on, I'll be paying at least a little attention to any conversation, no matter how incredibly pointless. Otherwise, there's no telling when I'll get cut off in something ridiculous again.
あんたって素直なんだかへそ曲がりなんだかわかんないわね。
Sounds like you're describing yourself.
そんなことないでしょ。すっごいじゃなくてすっごく積んで。で、こういう時はどうすればいいのかしら。
Tsundere, honestly, miss her Tsundere. They stop being a Tsundere. Think of it this way: a woman says everyone on her island tells nothing but lies. If it's true, the woman's a liar. But if she's a liar, what she says can't be true. Same thing applies here.
ハリネズミのジレンマってやつ。
No, not quite.
違うの？ジンマシンのハリネズ
Yeah,
ミ？
you're just talking about an animal giving birth.
じゃあ段ボール箱の中の猫がジンマシン？
You're looking to become a veterinarian?
私って注意になりたがってるの？いつの間にか心理テストを試したのね。なんという恐ろしい男。
There's no testing involved. You managed to get yourself completely confused just fine without my help. Specifically, you started talking about the things you don't understand and lost track of the conversation entirely. Neither Schrodinger nor Freud have anything to do with this. You're trying too hard. Stick to nice small words.
うるさいわね。とにかく私は私なの。他の誰でもないの。
Yes, I'm aware of that.
私は分かってないのよ。
Take the handful of vomiting candies from her pouch and munch it down on them vigorously. I know women are always saying they have a separate stomach for sweets, but isn't this daily intake of junk food bad for her? Or is this some kind of form of stress relief? Probably not. Seems to me that a coping strategy like this would just get you caught in a vicious cycle of candy-bloated misery. No matter how much glucose you take in, it's not going to increase your basic potential for action. Excuse me. It's certainly necessary as energy for your brain, but considering your presumably modern and clear and healthy diet, there's no need to get out of your way to take more. Junk food like that is basically pure sugar, just so you know.
ほっときなさいよね。こうすると落ち着くのよ。にゃんにゃん。
If you have fun, well, let me try one.
ダメよ。これは私専用なんだから。自分。貧乏人って言葉はまずいか。この
God, she's so
お菓子を
dumb.
欲しがる人への悪口は
She is so dumb. You what?
このシュガーです。
I think you may have gotten that there from homeless. But the nuance is actually pretty different. I think I might have mentioned this, but your English really needs work.
うっさいわね。とにかくそういうことだからバイバイ。
Oh, originally play for well for once.
バイバイ取り消し。バイバイしないからね。なんもなしで去るからね。なんもなし。
Got it, see you later.
またね。
It's difficult for me to determine whether this girl is basically someone considered a person or just an utter idiot. Yup, it's that. Who just occasionally stumbles her way into acts of kindness. Well, it's probably she's a dumb, kind person. But either way, she's incredibly noisy. From experience, I know there are essentially two types of women in the world. You have your noisy woman, then you have your even noisier woman. Wow, what is this game? Like... And we men must manage as best as we can in this cruel world. There's a quick and efficient way of shutting women up, namely sealing her lip. Oh my god. But sadly this comes with its own set of complications. Life's no picnic. I think I'll be going to bed early tonight. When you visit a country where they speak a different language, there's one thing you should always learn first, namely the local phrase for thank you, or so my master taught me. Of course, my master was also such a half-assed human being that she usually didn't bother to learn anything else. Get things done first, then just make up the rest as you go along. I had plenty of good conversations in America using only thank you, dog, and pencil. When someone's that shamelessly sloppy about life, it's actually kind of charming. Even the woman had brains of poultry, but when you're on the subject of English, chicken head is an insult you should usually try to avoid there. Say that to a woman and you've implied she spends a lot of time moving her head back and forth like a chicken pecking at a feed.
Today's supper is a fish. You like a fish?
You like a fish? Wait, was that racist of me to say if I'm just reading what it was written?
Do I do like a fish? Yes, fish. Are you okay?
Are you okay?
What you say? Are you okay? Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. Oh, jeez, but that.
Wow, that's tough was really rough.
You too? Suck that! You bastard! What? Please say again. You know I'm saying. Look enough. I like fish. I'm rabbit. You rabbit? You must not laugh.
I can't right now. Hey, Amane.
何さ。
What exactly are those two doing over there?
あれマキナ先生の特別授業だよ。
Remedial class?
ほら、みちるはこの前英語のテストで赤点ギリギリだったじゃない？だからああやって時々教えてもらってんのよ。
マキナ teach?
まあほら言ったと思うけど、マキナはああ見えて子供の頃アメリカに住んでたしね。
Oh, interesting. Yeah, Makina teaching somebody is kind of bizarre.
何を言う？考えてもみたまい諸君。いいかね？松島みちるといえばショパンをチョピンと読む女だぞ。そして私はアニマルをエニモーと発音する女だ。これはもう誰の の目から見ても私が教える側の人間であることは明白。まさに、いやそうに違いない。反語、そしてなぜか口調まで天才風。うざいこと苦の上なし。自分で言うっていうか、自分で分かっているなら自重しなさいよ。
You're awfully full of yourself for someone who can't even pronounce Anomalarchus properly. What the fuck?
何それ。
Name of the largest animal in existence during the Cambrian period. Machina, let's see what you've got.
アロマノカリス。
Automonocudus? Aromanicus? Wrong, try again.
アノロマカリス。
Wrong. It's Anomalarchus. Once more.
ハロゲンバルブ。
Halogen bulb.
ハゲロンバブル。はいアウト。
Well, you can't even handle halogen bulb?
マキちゃんは舌が短いし頭の中がちょっと特殊なのでうまく発音できない言葉が多いんですよ。そんなことないのよ。なめんなマキナ、なめんな。貨客船マンギョンボンゴ。
Remember the temper tantrum. Probably side effect of compression-based mnemonic method. She seems to be storing only the beginning and ending of each word proficiently, so she proper nouns and words with unusual middle syllables give her trouble.
チルチル、英会話の続きやるよ。うるさいわね。
Yeah, I
そん
wanna
な
see
大
more
声出さなく
of
ても
it.
聞こえてるわよ。よーし、じゃあアマネを使った英会話始め。
Yay!
Her name is Amane. I know. So what? She's very lovely. It's right. By making her a lover, it's to become happy. How about it? She's lover of lover. Lover of lover? If you marry her, it is mommy of mommy.
What the fuck is this bitch saying?
Hey, is your mommy a mommy? Yes. Oh, holy shit. Cool fun. You get life.
Zing, but are you okay? Oh yeah, sorry. I'd be coughing. My bad. What good is it doing? This isn't even a conversation. Hey, I'm on it.
Hmm?
Is this really gonna help her grades in?
どうだろうね。まあ、やらないよりはいいんじゃな
Let
い
me go grab some more water. I'm really sick. Okay, thank you for waiting. Well, maybe, I guess. Complete lack of coherent flow to their conversation is part of the problem, but Makina's English is honestly almost as bad as Michiru's, yeah. Her pronunciation is comically off, and she mixes in many word phrases you won't hear over there. Say you should learn English from a non-native speaker, and this is a good case in point.
まあ、なんとかなるんじゃない？ノリで。
As you go along, eh? Suppose there are some people out there who can hold an entire conversation using pencil dog, and thank you. Comes to English conversations, might as well just make it up as you go along. I guess that's the extent of our lesson for the day. When you see a maid with her hands empty, call out to her. That's a line from an old movie I saw once. It basically means that a capable maid should be kept busy at all times. Excluding the bridesmaid, whose main responsibility is getting drunk at her friend's wedding. The essence, like, I don't dislike this game. Like, I like these parts of the game. Like, that was a really enjoyable scene. But sometimes it drags on a little long. Like, I'm not in love with all the slice of life, but I do like some of the slice of life parts. Like, I really like that part with Sakaki on the roof. And I thought the English part was really funny. Like, that was a really good scene. I don't know. It's a mixed bag. The essence of the maid is service. Her job is to anticipate her employer's actions and needs, and take care of the dirty work in advance. This generally involves tools of some kind, so a maid who isn't carrying anything tends to be idle, an idle underemployed maid. You can apply the idea to other occupations as well. A good soldier always carries a well-maintained rifle, and a diligent student should always have a reference book. Oh, Papa, don't worry about that, Titi. Come here. Sorry, hold on. My kitty girl. Sorry, I had to give her a few pets really quick. A good soldier always carries a well-maintained rifle. A diligent student should always have a reference book or two on their person. By the way, I'm gonna go have fun with the game, but I gotta play with the boys. I understand. Have fun, Anya. Thanks for being here. Always good to have you around, and I'll see you next time, okay? But in some cases, the opposite may also be true. As I've just discovered, there are certain maids who catch your attention with their hands are full rather than empty. The maid in question, Sachi, as of fairly recently my classmate. Just yesterday, we sat our desks in the same classroom pursuing our studies together. And now here she is walking in my direction, driving a metal bat roughly across the floor. In this country where guns and blades, weapons are strictly prohibited, it's about as suspicious as it gets. Show this scene to 10,000 Japanese, I think everyone would mistake her for a dangerous person. Of course, I don't actually have any proof that my assumption would be a mistake on their part. Maybe she really is planning to burst into someone's room and launch an attack. So who's the target? Unable to suppress my doubts, I called to Sachi with the question foremost in my mind. She turned to face me with a blank expression of confusion. Sorry. Her nonplussed face is enough to confirm that my worst suspicions were unfounded. My interrogation proceeds to the next logical point of inquiry. What's the metal bat in your right hand? No, that's not. That's not answer for the brand. Your pronunciation was fine the first time. Our cute little autistic Sachi. Just want to know why you have the metal bat in your hand. What you intend to use it for? Closing her eyes, she nods in satisfaction at resolving the puzzle. If I was having this conversation with someone from Ichigaya, we would have gotten to this point 2 seconds or less. Communication between students, as you can see, is a comparatively involved and troublesome process. Oh my god, from the locker! Higurashi reference? Michiru asked for that. She plans to challenge Sakaki to a duel or something? Your position inside the hierarchy of your community is established fairly quickly for those determined to move up the ladder. Single combat is a fairly common means of advancement. Perhaps this is a good opportunity to witness such a moment of struggle. Mind if I come with you? Alright then, let's go. When we reach Michiru's room, Sachi knocks lightly on the door. This brief cryptic exchange of words, the door swings open. Next moment, a shock of distinct bleached hair springs out towards me. I don't remember doing anything warranting a hug from you, actually.
途中で風見さんと会ってみちる様のところに行くと言ったらついて行ってもいいかと言われたので。なんで？
I know, I just felt like seeing you, Michiru.
そんな見えすいた嘘に私は騙されないわよ。その割にはまんざらでもないって顔をして
Sachi! Read the book! I love her though. That's so funny.
そこは拾わなくていいところよ、サチ。すみません。
So exactly are you planning to use a metal bat for?
それは乙女の秘密ってやつよ。男のあんたなんかに教えられるわけないでしょ。
Does a metal bat have any female specific applications?
それじゃあありがとう、サチ。このお礼は必ずするから。はい。
With this exchange, Michiru retreats back into her room as Sachi starts to walk up with a satisfied expression on her face. Sachi, aren't you interested in what Michiru plans to use that bat for?
私の仕事はただ頼まれたものを届けるだけですから。
I see. True, demonstrating the discretion to refrain from inquiring into the circumstance of your clients is a vital step towards establishing trusting business relationships. Sachi seems to view her responsibility as a class representative from an admirably professional perspective. Impressive, Sachi. You've exceeded my expectations again.
ありがとうございます。
Watching her face flush slightly red, I continue with my question. So what's next on your schedule?
次は中庭の花壇にお水をまこうと思ってます。
That also part of your job as class rep?
クラス委員の仕事ではないですが、以前学園長さんに枯れない程度に水をやってもらえると助かると言われたので。
I see. Seems that woman's been saving on labor costs by relying on volunteers for simple maintenance work. Next time you see the principal getting ready to push work on you, you should tell her the following. Come back after you fix the habit of baby talking to your pets.
わかりました。
Also, one more request. Would you mind if I continue observing your work for a while?
はい。私は別に構いませんけど。
Something the matter?
その私を見ているだけだと風見さんが退屈なんじゃないかと。
No worries on that front. I've already been entertained enough to last me for a while. Sachi tilts her head to the side in a gesture of pure bewilderment. The more time I spend around this girl, the more I realize she's a natural airhead. Type so oblivious that she doesn't even realize she's missing out on everyone else's joke. Alright, that's don't mind me, I'll keep out of your way.
はい。
Upon entering the courtyard, Sachi immediately begins watering the rows of flowers. We forget the strange fact that it's taking place in a Japanese school. This little scene of a maid caring for the flower beds truly is picturesque. Are those purple flowers verbenas?
はい。熊つづら科の多年草で、日本では美女桜って呼ばれたりしています。
Bijo Zakura. That's cool. Senbon Zakura. That's a good Miku song. You're pretty knowledgeable.
詳しいまではいかないですけど、枯らさない程度に最低限のことは調べました。
I see you're a diligent one. All of a sudden, such stuff leaving her watering can. She bends down and opens the flower bulb with her hand, carefully examining it. Something wrong?
この子の葉っぱ、白くなってます。
Crouching down next to her to take a look, I quickly understand why she's so concerned. One of the flower petals is almost entirely covered in white, as if someone dusted it with powder. It looks like flower disease. My word, she looked at me with eyes full of anticipation. Sorry, but it doesn't mean it's become edible. It's more commonly known as powdery mildew disease. You see it a lot when you're growing wheat on grapes.
そうだっ
Or
たんです
grapes,
か。
not on grapes. Wheat on grape? I don't know what the fuck that was. Caused by parasitic fungus, so the most effective response would be using chemical fungicides on the affected plants.
殺菌剤。
Here's the principal, I'm sure she'll get some for you. What is it, something on your mind?
風見さんの方こそ花のことに詳しいなと思って。
Not in particular. Guess I'm actually pretty similar to you in that respect, Sachi. Somebody told me to read books and I've just been following those orders. After a while, a lot of random trivia just accumulated in my head. It does come in handy every so often. She doesn't respond to my words verbally, but her smile seems brighter than usual. So where are we headed next?
おトイレです。
That so?
はい。
Conversation comes to an abrupt end. We walk on in silence. After a little while, we arrive at in front of the girls' bathroom. Hey Sachi, mind if I stop you for a second there?
なんでしょう。
If I take another step forward, I'm going to be trespassing in the girls' bathroom.
そうなりますね。
And you have a problem with that?
私がどうというよりは、もしその現場を他の誰かに見られた場合、あさみさんの信用を著しく損なう恐れがあると思いますけど。
Seems she at least understands that if a man entering a female restroom is generally not considered acceptable. So next up is clean the grand bathroom.
はい、この時間帯にお風呂に入ろうとする人は少ないので、いつもこのくらいに掃除をすることが多いです。
Plan to do it by yourself today as usual?
そうですね。私は分身したり、自分そっくりのロボットを作ったりする力は持っていないので。
True, I don't think I can help you on that front myself. That said, she could at least try asking one of the others for assistance once in a while. Maybe it has something to do with their firm set of beliefs about her responsibilities as class representatives. While I'm pondering the matter, Sachi has already calmly begun her work. I wonder what Sachi's home life was like. I'm really curious. After stopping hot waters that constantly trickling into the oversized bath, she begins to lightly rinse other areas of the bathroom using the shower head. From the quick, confident movement of her hands, it's obvious that she's repeated this procedure many times. Pretty clear that Michiru Urane helping is a rare event. I think she's effectively been cleaning this place all by herself for a long time now. So I did tell her I'd stay out of her way. It was my intention to interfere with her work as much as possible, but just seeing her watching my classmate does not manual work feels pretty awkward. Hey Sachi.
は
Just an offer, but how about I help out as well?
い。でも、ここの掃除は風見さんが頼まれたわけではないですし。
Yeah, but I'd like to help as long as I wouldn't get in the way. What do you say?
そうですね。風見さんはどことなく不思議な力が使えたりしそうな雰囲気があるので、その力を駆使して手伝っていただけると助かるかもしれません。
Fortunately, I don't have any supernatural skills, but I do have some competence in my basic physical
わかり
capability.
ました。では、体力を駆使してよろしくお願いします。
Sure. Okay, let's get down to it. Your orders?
お
What's wrong?
実は私、人に指示を出すのがあまり得意ではなくて。
I see. In that case, you want me to give the commands?
はい、その方が助かります。
Oh, she's a bottom. Got it. We're dividing the bathroom into two halves. Sachi, continue to work on that area from the entrance to the right wall. Assume responsibility for the left half. Our objective will be to finish the work in 15 minutes. Is that acceptable?
イエスさ。
Good response. Having completed the division of labor, I finally moved my brush along the tile floor, precisely imitating Sachi's movements I observed them earlier. Throwing yourself into a mindless task like this every once in a while isn't such a bad thing. Just maintain your ability to concentrate. So let's add a small cry and there's the sound of something toppling over. Turn around, I find Sachi sitting on her backside on the bathroom floor. She seems somewhat dazed. You planning to clean the floor while you're closed instead of the brush?
なるほど。その考えはありませんでした。
Oh my
目から
god.
鱗です。
Gesture of growing increasingly familiar to me. Sachi nods her head vigorously several times. Seems to be a sign that she's absorbing a new idea. So first things first, any injuries?
少し床のタイルを痛めたかもしれません。
No problem, let's continue the job. I reach out to my hand to Sachi, who hasn't budged from the bathroom floor during this conversation.
はい。
After helping her to her feet and confirming that she's alright, I return to my own work. But seriously, the more you look at this gigantic bathroom, the more it seems out of place in a student dormitory. It's sizable enough that even a grown man would likely get tired trying to clean it alone. And again, this academy is dramatically over-equipped in nearly every respect, considering the tiny number of students currently enrolled here. But one area where they show moderate restraint is the small faculty, but even then every class is led by a lecturer with special expertise in their particular field. I suppose the economic efficiency of this place isn't really my problem. What's with the chirping? Do we have a spirit trapped in here? Oh my god, I can't with her. When I turn back in search of the wayward songbird, I find Sachi in an inexplicable state of undress. What on earth are you wearing?
パンツ一丁でしょうか。
She's got her bra on as well, so I think underwear would be a more precise description. No, see, I was trying to ask why you've taken off your maid uniform.
それは先ほど転んだ時に服が濡れてしまったので、どうせならもっと効率のいい方法で掃除をしようと思った結果です。
And so you wrapped your uniform around the head of the brushes are drying across the floor?
はい、風見さんの一言から思いついた名案です。グッジョブです。
Suppose her clothes brush is contacting more of the floor at once than the standard version, but I'm a little dubious of how effective a cleaning instrument it is. As soon as you're standing on your underwear in front of a member of the opposite sex, any thoughts on that?
ダメで。
Oops. Oh, she just sneezed. Sorry, man, I'm not familiar with the language of sparrows.
ダメでしょうか。
Well, not for me. I'm not the sort to complain about a free show.
それなら問題ありませんね。
Those words are out of her mouth. She gets back to work completely nonchalant. Things have gotten troublesome all of a sudden. There may not be any major problems at present, but if, say, Monty were to walk in right now, I think there's a good possibility I get dragged into an interrogation even lengthier than the one followed the JV incident. Not Yumiko. At this point, I noticed Takaki and Planet standing frozen just inside the entrance. Planning to take a bath in your clothes?
その必要もなくなったわ。たった今ね。
Even as she sits at her retort, her suspicious glare stays glued to Sachi in her bizarre
小峰さん、その格好はどうしたの？
風見さんが脱いだ方がいいと。
Hold on, Sachi. There are a number of problems with your attempt to explain the
じゃあ
situation.
本当のところはどうだっていうの？あなたの前例があるし、返答によっては例よ。
She reaches her pocket of her shirt and shapes the usual items. So she carries the self-defense stationery with her even to the bath. Truly cautious individual. Sachi could learn a thing or two from her example. I think I've been here before, but that thing isn't gonna work on me. As for the reason Sachi's in her underwear, she decided this would be a more efficient method of cleaning and took off her clothes on her own initiative.
そう。
Although I offered my explanation fully expecting the rejection, she accepted my work surprisingly easily. Seems she's familiar enough with Sachi's lack of common sense that even a bizarre story like this sounds perfectly plausible. Though the green bath is reserved for cleaning at the moment. This announcement, she abruptly turns and walks out of the bathroom, her long hair steaming behind her. For Sachi, she's already restarted cleaning as if nothing had happened. Females in the school seem to be somewhat lacking in the shame department. Or perhaps my preconceptions of the matter are an old-fashioned as wearing pager on your hip. Maybe that's just the way things are nowadays. It seems like I've still got quite a lot to learn. It's actually really something in a lot of ways.
ありがとうございます。
You have truly unlimited number of unresolved questions here, but one in particular stands out. Why is it this girl can strip her underwear in front of me without batting an eyelid? Ooh. That makes me think she has like a past where she was kind of like commanded around like a doll and was like just basically forced to do whatever she was told. She probably was like abused. But blushes bright red when you give her anything resembling a compliment. Female thought processes are truly complex. In this way, a day spent in close observation of my classmates comes to an end. During the very next day, there's a clear change in my environment. I'm gonna save here.
セーブするわ。終了するの？わかったわ。
We got through 2 days. So if we continue on how it's been, where I get through about like 2 days or so per stream I do of Grisaia. It should be about a week until we finish the common route, hopefully. Hopefully. Well, I kind of wanted to play Clannad, but I'm feeling a little tired, so I might stream after work. I might not. Tomorrow I'm gonna be back with Mochi. I just want to do a little stream before work. But I have to get ready and do stuff like that, and blah, you know how it is. But I just want to do this one really quick. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye bye!